Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday evening. That means another episode of the Iron Seas, and we are going to be doing something unique today. We are revisiting a movie we have discussed before. That being said, it was a long time ago, and I adore this film. It's in my top 10. And so we are going to, of course, I'm joined by one of my co-hosts, Jarrod Christman. Hello. And we are joined by Dan, GODFOE Universe. That's a cool name, man.
Thank you. In our universe, a imposter godlike figure is taking over the world, and anything that opposes it is labeled GODFOE.
Oh, okay. That's what I was going to ask about that, because like my slight dyslexia, every time I would read the name is like God of you. Wait, no, that's not right.
I read it God of E every time. I swear, dude. I'm so dyslexic. It's stupid.
Yo, what up, Brian McCoppin? Great author, good friend of the channel. I wonder how you're doing, man. I haven't talked to you in a while. Anyway, yeah. Well, I'll call you later. Anyway, so today we are going to be discussing V for Vendetta. Now, a friend of the channel, Bill, was reading the graphic novel today in anticipation, and he'll be talking about some of the differences. I own the graphic novel, and I enjoy it and the movie quite a bit. And he says, buttons. There we go. But yeah, we're going to be talking about this movie. And so I gave Dan some criteria. I said, hey, the year you graduated, you need to pick a movie from that year, and that's the movie that we will discuss. And you chose V for Vendetta.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
It's the last good film before the Wachowskis went crazy.
You know, like we talked
about, it was a short trip.
We talked about Juniper. We call it Juniper Ascending on this channel for some reason, just because like
the dyslexia, right?
Yeah. Also, when we talked about that movie, it took us. Everyone's like, "Oh, why is he related to bees?" Oh, his name is literally Stinger. We're fucking morons. So we were talking about that movie, and it's like that movie had some cool things, but it just never lived up to. Like, this is even technically a Wachowski movie. Like, they didn't direct it, though I kind of feel like they did based on how it feels. I'm like, how in charge was the director in this particular film? It doesn't seem like he had a lot going on there. But yeah, no, I adore this film. It's a really, really enjoyable film, and it's really scary how accurately Alan Moore predicted the future. He got some of the details wrong, but like some of the stuff in this movie, I'm like, man, this is eerie. How completely true all of this turned out to be.
Yeah, I mean that's a joke, of course, but like I love the film. I read the graphic novel. Like a lot of Alan Moore's work, I honestly think the film tells a more straightforward story and maybe a little bit more solid story, and that's to Moore's credit. Moore's strength is kind of going off on tangents and tying in, philosophy and his chaos magic into his stories. But I think my favorite part is like it's not an Easter egg, but kind of is to me, is that the guy who plays the Chancellor is from the same guy that played Winston in 1984.
Yeah,
I always loved that little detail.
Oh yeah, like when certain castings are done either as like, oh, it just fits, or as a kind of a red herring. Like in the movie Barbarian, you guys ever see that movie? Like that horror film came out a couple years back.
Yeah.
Well, they cast Bill Skarsgård, freaking It, and now Nosferatu as just a guy in that movie, and he's literally just a guy, but nobody thinks he's just a guy because of who he is.
He's the first one that gets killed at the beginning. Yeah.
When I was watching that movie, I'm like, that was so clever. That was perfect casting for.
And now we get Justin Long for the rest of it.
I'm like, I feel like he's evil in real life. It worked. No. But yeah, no, we're talking about this movie. Jarrod, when did you first come into contact with this kind of franchise? Like, did you encounter the graphic novel or the movie first?
No, I never read the graphic novels. For whatever reason, like when I I remember seeing the graphic novel in in bookstores and stuff. And
Yeah,
I would
that
I'd
mask
see
is
it.
pretty iconic looking.
I know I would see it and like I don't know. I never bothered to like pick it up and read it. And then when the movie came out, I was like, oh, they made a movie. And I saw the movie. I was like, holy crap, that was good. And like I liked the movie so much, I never went and read the book.
You're like, it'll ruin it, right?
I was like, yeah, because like I didn't want the movie. Like I didn't want the inevitable thing of film adaptations to like the film adaptation to be ruined for me because the book was so good.
Yeah.
You know? So I never read it because like I've had that happen to me before where I've watched a film and then read a book. It's like, well, that movie sucks now.
Like when that does happen because inevitably almost every movie is based off of a book.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone, but a huge vast majority of them.
Yeah.
Also, I was looking at this 30th anniversary. I love how it actually looks like it's spray painted, the V.
Mm-hmm.
Like most of the time it's like very artistic, like in the case of the film. Makes sense, but I'm like, I appreciate that this looks like just somebody quickly like got out of there.
Well, that to your point, Jared, that's why I couldn't get into the new Dune movies because I was such a huge fan of the book series.
Right.
I don't know. That is not what I'm not going to go with that. Oh, you'll have me talking 6 hours because I love Dune.
I'll read it. I like early Dune, and then it gets a little more psychedelic BDSM, which is kind of nonsense later.
The first four books I think are the quintessential Dune. The rest of it I don't care. Basically, the stuff his son wrote. I don't care for it.
Yeah.
It's always tough when someone doesn't finish a series. Like I think your best case scenario is like a Wheel of Time with Brandon Sanderson. I think that's the best you could have gotten from that unfortunate circumstance of death. But yeah, no, Alan Moore, he's such a funny guy. His politics are atrocious to me, personally. But more than that, how often he disagrees with fans of his work about his work is so funny, and so it like you know what's going to happen. You can almost predict like what he's going to like and dislike about what people like and dislike about his books and movies.
His beef with people who love Rorschach it never ceases to amuse me.
Yeah,
I love it. It's like, how did you not read? How could you have written such an insightful book and not picked up on the fact that Rorschach was going to be people's hero? Like people are going to love that guy.
It's like it's not necessarily that Rorschach's a good guy, but he like in a time where people are getting away with crimes and just being released. Yeah, you think the guy who actually punishes the evil doers in society is not going to be beloved by people who read or watch this property?
Yeah, dude.
That's what's so funny is like he's based off. Well, he's based off Mr. A. The Ditko character, and then like people love Steve Ditko and they love his characters. Like, what were you expecting, man? Like you took Mr. A and put him in your world, and of course people are gonna love.
You gave him a cool mask and some of the coldest lines in recent fiction.
Oh man.
I'll be that's one Alan Moore graphic novel I haven't read. I've never read the novel. I've seen like I've read a couple pages of it, but not like the whole thing. But like that line, "You're not stuck in here with me," or "I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me." Such a cold line. It's so good.
None of you people seem to understand. I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me.
Also, the visual of a guy melting with having his skin slough off with
oil. French fry oil, man.
I've fried chicken before. That stuff does burn.
my favorite Rorschach line. See that Watchmen is one of the precious few examples where, in my opinion, not everybody agrees with me, but in my opinion, the film adaptation is actually better than the graphic novel.
I think that's the case with a lot of Alan Moore's adaptations, actually.
But the line in the movie when he finds When he finds that guy who had been kidnapping, molesting, and murdering little kids, and the guy's begging for his life. He's like, "Send me, I want you just send me to prison. Send me to prison." It's like men go to prison, dogs get put down.
Yeah,
and just meat cleave the crap out of his skull. It's like, oh, that's awesome. That's so
Sitting
awesome.
here, this is my movie.
well, I agree. I think the movie ending works better. I think targeting Dr. Manhattan instead of psychic squid created by artists and philosophers on an island.
Also the aspect of what the final like big bad thing to happen was.
Yep.
In the graphic novel, it's like a hentai monster,
Yep.
like tentacled
It's gigantic
Cthulhu creature,
gigantic eldritch
and
god.
it being bombs just kind of makes more sense.
I wondered like going into that movie, it's like, how are they going to pull that ending off? Like, oh,
They
in
won't.
Manhattan. That's genius. It's actually way better.
I think I'm a self-confessed Snyder fanboy. I love the Snyderverse, and I think
Dan, it's okay. We're all allowed to be wrong as often as we like.
but I think what's funny to me is in the heated debates of the Snyderverse, people forget that the man made 300 and Watchmen, and both of those films are fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't forget that. I just he has strengths and he has weaknesses, and they're both very apparent in certain films of his.
He does really well adapting other people's work.
Yeah, I don't think he's a strong writer at all.
He's not a strong writer. He's not a strong writer at all. But if he has somebody else's work, like 300, like Watchmen, he does very well.
Yeah, no, 300 is an excellent graphic novel. It's a very excellent film, very quintessential to the time that it's from.
Oh yeah, man.
And it's like I did not hate the Man of Steel film when it first came out, but as like the universe continued, I saw some more of the problems with it. Superman's my favorite character. I'm like, why did you turn Superman into Batman and Batman into the Punisher? Like that. I did have a lot of problems with how he presents what the story he chose to tell.
We can have that discussion later.
Yeah. We can have that discussion. It's going to go like this. So you like Snyder?
I'm not going to come on your show and tell you why you're wrong.
No, you're by all means. No. I'll pull the native Hawaiian cards. Like, yeah, this is clear racism, obviously. But V for Vendetta.
And I'll just be like, yeah, it is.
Well, yes,
Actually, yeah, we were hoping to wipe you out with those diseases, and it just
I'm from South Carolina, first in the war, last out. We got a history.
Represent. Your TV falls down, a Confederate flag like flops over.
Dixie starts playing. It's Pantera. It just says Cowboys from Hell.
Some dark-skinned butler walks in with your drink.
All right.
We've taken this too far now. Oh, why are you on the mobile version? You're on the mobile version. Herman, do I have to explain technology to you, you old fart? I love you, man. Thanks for hanging out. But this movie, everything from the Dutch angles to the editing to things that most movies in the modern day would have done, like with CGI, they did practically as often as they could in this film. Like that domino scene.
Oh, it's so good.
Tactical.
Dude.
You know how long that would have taken? Like they probably like to get them to land and press the last one. Insanity. Like so much detail was put into this movie, and some of the changes from the graphic novel, I think, were good choices. I do think there's a visceral storytelling aspect about like slightly more visceral aspect of like showing the brutality of the story. If the movie had gone the way of the graphic novel, Evie is a 16-year-old prostitute. That's a pretty harsh starting point. But I kind of, for the sake of the story, I prefer how they did Evie in the movie, because she's just a normal person pretending to live a normal life. And then she has to be taken out of that life to really confront what is wrong like the fear in herself that is such a quintessential part of the movie later.
All right, Herman, Jared's not ugly, so I know you're lying.
Honey, I Shrunk the Host. I'm on the It shows you're on the phone version. Okay, now you are. He's like the cat from the Ghost Stories, Bob. And you guys are some of the ugliest bunch of kids I've ever fucking seen.
I agree with you. I think streamlining the story. I mean, and my only complaint with V for Vendetta, the film, is I think it's a hair too long.
It is a little bit long.
Yeah. I mean, that's my beef even with the original Matrix, which is fantastic film. I think it's a tad bit long. But yeah, there's parts of
but with the Matrix, I can't think of a scene in the Matrix I would cut. I can think of scenes in V that I would shorten, albeit not cut.
I think that's how I kind of feel about the Matrix. To me, it kind of slugs a little bit after he wakes up until you get to some of the action. A lot of the, real world stuff, I think slogs a little bit, but that's a different movie.
I feel like that's almost commentary on the Matrix. Like the Matrix is trying to point out, it's like, man, you want to get back to non-reality real quick, don't you? No,
I do. You gotta eat slop with us in this cave.
Hail, animation overload. Also, you are the second person to make that joke. Remember the 9th of December? Question mark. No, I get the timing doesn't work out, but we did it on the 5th of November last year. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, no, this film, I also, you gotta love, I'm in the graphic novel, it's like V is a lot more mysterious, like his intentions, who he is, what he is, a lot of that is a lot more ambiguous, but having Hugo Weaving be the voice of V, what a fucking choice, dude.
Yeah, man.
The guy is so iconic. His voice is fantastic. The whole way through. He absolutely kills. Without any facial. His acting in this film is really quite good. I was always been very, very impressed by Hugo Weaving's performance. Plus the tongue twisting V kind of monologue in the beginning is insane. It's insanity. I tried it when I was younger. It's insane.
Yeah, I think it's a strange story. Like it's not something you would really think to write, which is more as brilliant. But I was thinking about it today. I was watching it. The plot of he goes, at least in the movie, she stays with him for a year. It's a very strange plot, if that makes sense. Like the movie starts with action scene. Like he comes in, beats up the fingerman, immediately. Almost, you're thrown to another action scene where he goes into the television station.
Yeah, the news network.
Yeah, and then it kind of changes gears, and it becomes like a character study of the two of them and the investigator. Yeah, it's like, again, it kind of does have a Wachowski feel to it, where you start with something kind of and then kind of shift to a different world halfway through.
Yeah, the emphasis on the investigator was a little. Maybe I need to read the graphic novel again, but I remember it being much like it's not the same. Like more emphasis is placed on the investigator in the film.
Yeah,
according to my memory. And yeah, no, I really, and plus the actor they picked for the investigator, I've seen him in British programs.
Stephen Ray, dude. Stephen Ray's great. Dude's so good.
Yeah, he's really good. And just like the questioning, and like I love that moment later in the film when he figures out, oh, that old man was son of a bitch. I had him right there.
That's always fun to do in any kind of detective story, is to have it where I had him, he was there, and he's gone, and they realize it.
We lost it. We lost the plot somewhere. But well, how about this? Because I think we're all going to jerk this film off a little bit because it's a very excellent film.
I hope so.
Sorry. Jokes aside,
that's what I signed up for.
We're gonna jerk off this film vigorously. Anyway. How about some criticism? Is there? Well, how about starting with you, Dan? What's a criticism you would give to this movie? You already kind of mentioned the length is maybe a tiny bit longer than it needed to be.
I think Evie's, and I know it's super important to her character, but I think her imprisonment, especially the flashback story stuff, is dragged on a little too much. The
It's
story,
not really my cup of tea anyway.
yeah,
But even outside of that aspect, it does drag a
yeah,
little bit. Which I get, which I like artistically, I can't fully condemn either because it's like, oh yeah, you're supposed to feel like she's imprisoned for a lot like this. You're supposed to feel what she's feeling, and she's stuck in this tiny, awful, tiny cell in a prison. It's supposed to feel like she'll never escape. So
yeah.
being there longer does help that in some capacity.
I think some of her earlier actions, like fighting macing the guard, and then willing to be V's bait
Accomplice.
for the priest. Yeah, I think it's a little rushed. And I know there's the theme of coincidence, and there's the theme of kind of the past and the present coming together. So I get it. I think it's a little clunky, a little too clunky. But again, like whenever you're adapting a book to a novel, a book to a film, you have to cut a lot of stuff.
Oh, here we have AC coming to join us soon. Alas, I must drive through a blizzard, my good chaps.
Oof.
You'll get there, buddy. I believe in the driving ability of your wife. Actually, no, you Drew. He drives when they're together. Anyway, I do. Yeah, it is a little fast, but I think that's out of necessity. So everything has to be condensed into a certain amount of time.
Mhm.
I do agree. Maybe they could have devoted more, like taken away from a little bit of the flashback. Maybe given that, like if they could have traded some time there, that
Yeah.
might have been a better use of it. But at the same time, it does kind of play into the part where she has this truer nature, this brave part of herself that is like her parents that wants to resist, but she's fighting against her fear and the life that she of comfort and expectation that she has built in the convening years since her re-education, which is such a horrifying term in this context.
Is there
I'm
ever
like-
a good context for it?
No.
I'm gonna no, you know, I was gonna no, there's not. I thought about it thoroughly. No, not a chance. But her wanting, like her deciding to help, it's like one, it's a means for her to kind of escape him. Two, I think some part of her deep down does actually want to see him succeed and to see him, you know, complete his task that he stated at least on the broadcast. And so, like, even in that action, though it is a little bit rushed, and the fact that he would kind of believe her is also a little like, all right, sure, pretty quintessential part of the plan. Get him alone, get him in a specific place, keep him there for a while. Yeah, pretty quintessential. You know, one fatal flaw would be if she's just lying to you.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I do think it does play into that kind of conflict that she has within herself. Also, I also like the kind of parallel storytelling, like when it's showing his flashbacks for who he was and what he became versus her. He was baptized in fire, she was baptized in water. Even the same gesture. I'm like, this film is a really interesting, beautiful story. I love the parallels between these two very different characters.
I noticed that, like, even at the beginning, there's a lot of cutscenes between them. Like, she pushes the button on the elevator, and it cuts to him like breaking the emergency siren in the television.
Similar
station.
actions, very different intention and result.
Yeah, they enter from opposite sides of the street where the fingermen try to get her at first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they meet that way. Then they're side by side.
She comes from the street into the alley. He's already in the alley going towards the street. I'm like, there's a lot here, man. Like both parallel and in the mirroring of these two characters.
Well, it's them. It's how they visually show them inexorably moving towards each other. Like they're always going towards each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I did think the film, like, I forget if this was in the novel, but it is a nice touch when they watch The Count of Monte Cristo together, and she says she feels bad for Mercedes because Dante's cared more about revenge than he did about her. And V kind of nods, kind of like realizes what she's saying before like the news comes on. Like that's, of course, that's them. That's the whole thing. Is there is no happy ending for him.
How do we feel about the kind of romance between the two? I feel conflicted. In part, it comes across as very clever and interesting, but then it also seems to contradict itself, which is maybe part of the intention as well. So yeah, how do you guys feel about that? The kind of romantic tension between the two.
I don't know. I thought it was understated enough to be fine. Like,
Yeah,
I
it's
had
never
no
the
issues with it
focus.
at all.
It's almost like this
It's
hint
more implication
of
than
them.
anything.
It's like they're in a bigger story and they both know it.
Yeah.
But this is something that maybe in a different time, a different place, something they could have been, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because, like I said, I don't remember if it's in the book or not, but we don't know why V was originally arrested. We don't know if it was just like, because it might have been hinted at that he was a homosexual because that was people they were rounding up at the time. I don't know if that was part of it, or
it was one group. But it's definitely, it's not improbable.
Yeah. I thought that kind of added to the tension of it not being a relationship, if that makes sense from a meta level. I think they kind of have a very interesting relationship. It's almost father-daughter in a way, or mentor and trainee, because she becomes as him.
Yeah,
after
he shapes her like, he breaks her down and then he shapes her like clay. It's but then he also lets her go, which is really interesting as well. And then in the end, he gives her or them the decision of what to do.
I think it's vague enough. I think Jarrod made a good point. I think it's vague and understated enough that it could be multifaceted. I think the important thing is that the whole idea that encompasses that is that all of it is a what might have been in whatever direction that goes.
And also her little monologue in the beginning is quintessential to that too. It's like, like this is a story about an idea, but I don't remember the idea. I remember the man.
Yeah, but the thing, it's crucial for her arc because that, like, they're having that relationship. Like had it been any more or less heavy-handed, like like her arc would not have felt earned. But because there is that underlying like implication, and then he gives her, he lets her make the final choice. It's like, do you send it
a
or
really
not?
Bold choice.
Yeah.
And
she
think
sends
that does a lot. That does a lot for it. And also her being in his life at all gives him doubt. It gives him consequence that he maybe wouldn't have anticipated otherwise.
Yeah.
Because like, I think about this every now and again, not in a bad way, but I'm like, if I was single and young, I am capable and comfortable with anything, and there's a lot I could do with all that time. Not that I want that, but I do like consider that.
I just imagined you with the Infinity Gauntlet in your room.
Wait.
Fools!
Fine, I'll do it myself. Oh no, that's great, dude.
That's a great point. Like, if a man alone can do anything, he can be an idea. It's easy to get in that world. She's a temptation of his. A
weakness.
Yeah, in a way, a weakness of selling out to his idea of himself. Yeah.
And it's like because she like, in his mind, he is the idea. I think at the beginning, like very Batman, like I am vengeance. Anyway, we're not vengeance, but justice. There we go. And then he meets her, and he's like, oh wait, there is a man beneath this mask. There is a man behind this idea. He's not important for the idea, but that man does exist. It's almost acknowledging that he is still a person behind and beneath all of that, all of his machinations and his plans and the idea that he is proposing, this proposition to the public of this nation. And then she reminds him sharply, oh yeah, you are a person. I really think for that reason, whatchamacallit, the romance was a really good addition. And like Jarrod mentioned, I think it was just enough.
Yeah.
Any more and any less, I think it would have, like, any less, why is it here? Any more, okay, this is a love story, which it is quintessentially not.
And the thing, like, either any more or less at the very end, when he lets her make the choice, when he gives the choice to her, any more or less, you're going, why? Why would you choose it? Why would you choose that? Regardless of what she chose, like, why would you choose that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but because of the line they were able to walk with it, it's like, yeah, it lines up perfectly.
It works out. Dan, I apologize. I'll be right back. 1 second. I gotta bring up that song. Gosh dang it. Where'd it go?
It must have happened. It's happened. Here we go. The things people pay for entertainment.
That's enough of that. All right. Don't ask me why people pay me to take my shirt off on the stream.
I was gonna say, who solicited you that one?
Well, check it.
Pritchard Pub.
Oh, that's Andy's wife.
Dirty.
I'm gonna call you by your alternate name, Diane. All right.
Kahuna, are you a musician?
No, in my heart, but no, not actually.
Jarrod, I know you are, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I am myself. I am. I didn't know if we all three shared that.
I sing to myself often. But no,
nice.
No. What instruments do you play, man?
Guitar, piano. I did voice in college. I majored in guitar. I did some.
That's a very metal thing to be able to say.
Trombone.
I majored in guitar.
Yeah, I did trombone for a while. I tried to do French horn, but I couldn't afford it as a kid. I studied it. Like, they had one at the school that would let you study with, but I could never take it home. Some drums I never fully got. I could never get the 4 body part coordination for drums.
Percussion in general, it's like a different kind of musician entirely. Like, if you're really good at everything else, drumming still may be very, very challenging for you.
Yeah.
unless you're like one of those 80s rock bands where the drummer is the singer. I'm like, all right.
That's impressive though. That's really hard to do.
Yeah, dude.
Like, sing while you're drumming. Yeah.
What's his face in the band?
Your band?
No, the band. The
band, yeah.
The band, the 70s like Southern rock band, the band.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
that guy. Their drummer was a singer. And gee whiz, dude, it's so good.
I'm always astounded by the guy from Mastodon. Whenever the drummer would sing
Van
on a few albums.
Van Halen's son. Oh no, you're talking about the drummer.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw them this summer when I saw Creed. I saw Creed, Daughtry, Mastodon, and like one other band was there at the show. But it was sick, dude. Very. Was
it Scott singing?
Yeah. Scott.
Nice.
Yeah. No, it was supposed to be Three Doors Down, but the singer got cancer, and so they had Daughtry like sub in.
For real?
Yeah, really bad. So like, my dad was maybe more excited for Three Doors Down than he was for Creed.
Wow.
But yeah, no, that was a dream come true for me a little bit. Like, say what you want, like Creed was like my band growing up. It was like the first band.
Scott Stapp is a great performer. Like when he's like sober, I don't mean that as a joke. Like he's a wonderful like performer.
They killed it.
Yeah.
Every song they like. Obviously, like they're the headliners, so they had all the effects, all the lights, all the laser BS. But outside of that, man, it's like they killed. Every band member brought it. They just did a really killer job. It was really cool.
Anyone who made fun of Scott Stapp, I was like, man, go try to sing "What If," like their song. Like, you won't last like a minute. Like, that's a very like, oh my god, it's a hard song to sing, especially with that power he has behind it.
Yeah.
Dude, he was sweating. Like, end of song 1, he's sweating, and he never stopped until the end.
So does the shirt stay off, Kahuna?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes, no, I'm Hawaiian. This is how it goes. I posted a picture from a friend's barbecue the other night, from last like couple summers ago. I'm like, oh yeah, why am I shirtless in that picture? We're all outside. There's fireflies, and oh yeah, because AC, the other host, he had actually made me pour my drink all over my shirt, so the shirt came off, and then 5 hours later, it just never went back on.
Are you in Hawaii right now?
No, I was born there, and yeah.
Okay.
But nope, I'm in a much darker, sadder, grayer place, Washington State. That's
pretty
right.
sad.
From Hawaii to yeah.
So why are you there?
I was very young. I didn't have a choice. My parents decided, oh yeah, white.
You're not young anymore.
No. But I have kids now, and this is where I grew up, man. So I don't have to, but it's expensive over there, and my industry is not really. I would have to change how I do my own work.
You'd have to trade in coconuts.
Me and my buddy, we went over there one time for his graduation. We were selling pineapple out of the back of a local white truck, out of an alleyway, like a bunch of like a bunch of dealers. I didn't think about it. Like we're all standing there, like arms crossed, like people walk by. Hey, you guys want some pineapple? Looking back, I didn't realize what it looked like. Now looking back, I'm like, holy shit, dude. we're a stereotype from a movie or of some kind.
I want to see that film.
Just selling coconuts like some sort of criminal. Also, how do we feel about the end? Because the end is quite different from the movie and the graphic novel. In the graphic novel, maybe more realistic, chaos ensues, anarchy. They all people start looting and killing each other, which is very true to real life, as has been proven in the last 5 to 10 years. But in the movie, it ends on a much happier note, so to say. It's like kumbaya. We are all this idea, and all these people live on because the idea survived, and the building's destroyed. All is good.
See that you've touched on my only real criticism of the film is true to Hollywood form. Those morons, those lying bastards. Anything that goes sideways like this in a film, it always comes from the right.
Oh,
in the film,
yeah.
And in life, it's always the left. but they think they're heroes. And
I was noticing that while reading the graphic novel. I'm like, Alan Moore, you what you predicted is not untrue, but where it came from is wildly and completely an opposite.
And that's the thing. That's how delusional those people are, is because it's like, oh well, if the left starts,
if we do it, it's not a bad. It's probably for a good reason, right?
We'll stand on London Bridge and sing Kumbaya while Parliament burns. It's like, no, you won't. You'll eat each other in 24 hours.
Something about a disease that went around that was man-made.
Right.
Also, this film needlessly shitting on America.
Yeah,
right. I'm like,
we collapsed.
I'm listening. I'm like, Alan Moore, are you proposing that if America had some sort of attack like this, that we would not immediately just start sending bioweapons of our own against every nation suspected of being a problem?
And this isn't a tangent, but that's the kind of stuff that that's literally why I couldn't read or watch The Walking Dead. It's because I picked up issue 1, and when I found out it was in Georgia, I was like, zombies would not survive Georgia.
Either that or the zombies would be very well armed.
A couple of rednecks would take care of this in a day.
One day, Bubba and Jimbo are gonna clean house, man.
There would be guys with pickups with mounted machine guns in the back, and it would be a blast. They would have the best time, zombie apocalypse.
There was a zombie movie that actually pointed this out, and I'm proud of it. We talked about it last week, and that was the original Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah,
they're flying over in the helicopter. They looked down and was like, oh, look at all those rednecks. And it's like, yeah, I bet they're having the time of their lives.
You're
Goes
like,
down,
like,
they
you get
are
like-
having the time of their lives.
You
They're,
get like Fortunate Son playing in the background.
they're freaking hanging out with the army guys and tanks. They're like calling out targets, passing out coffee. I'm like, this is a dream come true for
They'd
these
be playing
guys.
games to see who could like get the close to being bit.
Oh yeah.
Without getting bit.
Oh yeah, everybody in
man.
that movie was very unaware of their surroundings, like at all times. I'm like, these zombies are not fast. I think like a brisk walk, you could outrun most of these zombies.
Dude, I know. So my anatomy professor in high school.
Oh, okay. I was wondering where that was going.
My anatomy professor was born in Kentucky, went to school in Mississippi, and then he taught in Adams County, Ohio. And he always says like, it's like, y'all think you're in Ohio. The only thing separating Ohio or Adams County, Ohio, from Kentucky and West Virginia is a little bit of river water. It's like you're the same, and it's you know, I always thought, it's like, no, we're not Kentucky. And then like the older I got, I was like, oh man, we're so Kentucky.
We were,
Because I know dudes that would like, back when M80s were like a quarter stick of dynamite, legit quarter stick of dynamite, would make a sport out of like how accurate they could be with a slingshot. Just boom, M80s, dude. There'd be people trying to like headshot zombies with M80s and slingshots, like
100%. Yeah,
Billy Wayne missing like 3 of his fingers. It's like, I got 4 of them for the one. The fuse was too short.
guys. Or it's like, just hold it in your fist. What? Why? It's
Well,
like,
like that's what's funny is like, I think I made a tweet about it before. It's like, Alan Moore, like, you predicted all of this stuff, and it's like, now your country's a caliphate. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, man. You were so wrong.
You know what?
he was so right, but he was also so wrong. He was both things.
What's messed up is like in England on Guy Fawkes Day, like there are people that will like burn a Guy Fawkes effigy as like part of this like sanctioned celebration is on Guy Fawkes Day on November the 5th in England. It's like, how's that working out for you guys? Because
I think if you need a Guy Fawkes character ever, it's maybe right now.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe
it's like
maybe
he was just pre-America. That's all he was.
Well, it's
Jeez.
like, it's a separate movie, but like I finally saw Children of Men for the first time this year.
No, yeah.
And you know, it cinematically it looks great, but what a ridiculous movie. It's England is cracking down on immigration for some reason, and like,
sure,
and they're deporting people, and they're like beating up old hippies in like the woods. It was a bizarre movie. Like, this is the stupidest movie I've ever seen.
It's all of those movies are why England had their massive overcorrection.
Yeah.
No. We let everybody in. Everybody, come on.
They used to be a really pro-gun country, also. Not like America. No country's like America in that regard, but
Hell yeah.
they used to be a really pro-gun country. A lot of those European countries were, up until a few overreactions to bad, unfortunate events, like between the 60s and 80s, was when a lot of that legislation came down.
You mean the peak of left-wing terrorism?
Weird, right?
And serial killers, yeah. All the
people forget, like, what was it? It was like 400 bombings that happened in the 70s because of like Weather Underground and all that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like the Irish like having a problem with authorities. Like, that's never happened before.
The Irish having a problem with authority.
It's never been historically. There's no precedent for that. No.
Ireland's another one. Like, look at that country, man. Jeez.
How do you forget Ireland? It's a whole ass island.
I don't know how accurate it is, but I did see that like in Ireland, a teacher was just given life in prison for refusing to use a student's preferred pronouns.
Oh my gosh.
It's like,
in
Ireland,
can we liberate that guy? Just go over there armed and figure it out. Not a call to any kind of violence, guys. Because
you're saying the Hawaiians should go?
Yes, that's what I mean. One set of Islanders to another. Let's go. Oh, Christ almighty. But like, dude, I don't know. I watched the show Chief of War. I'm like, I think give us some guns. We could do it. Yeah. No. Turns out Hawaiians with guns is a pretty deadly combo. Not as lethal a combo as modern weapons and disease, but you know, pretty close.
Or the Korean rooftoppers, they got it.
Right?
It's like that's why all the Korean zombie films usually end in some Koreans surviving the whole ordeal. It's like, oh yeah, they've been ready for this forever. Also, what's with Korean? Like, I feel like Korean media has been like really taken off. Maybe it's just gotten more attention recently.
South Korean.
Well, yeah. Well, remember what was the last really good North Korean film?
Never.
It's probably war footage.
Well, like, did you guys ever hear about that movie?
Our
Like,
breasted reader, he'll survive again.
breasted.
Bring whole army to her knees.
Oh, like, what was that movie? The Interview. It's like,
Yeah.
wait, you're telling me he doesn't have a butthole? And when he eats, he just burns all of it up internally to use as energy.
Remember, like that week they thought he was dead, and like his more attractive sister was supposed to like be in charge.
I shit you not, there is a manhwa like
Yeah, I saw that.
webtoon about that.
It was like
It's like
my first
like
day as dictator or whatever.
no, like My Cute Dictator is what it's called, and it's so fucking funny, dude. Because like the dictator's kid is there, and he's like wanting to take over too, and then like the ghost of her brother is always like hanging out and like effing things up. Dude, it is so funny. I can't believe somebody actually got away with that one.
Well, they weren't North Korea.
They weren't. I was gonna say they weren't North Korea.
It's like they never read it. Anyway. Oh, but yeah, no, this movie, it's like, and to be fair, to give a little credit where credit is due, like when Alan Moore wrote this and when it was published, like that was in the at the height of the satanic panic, kind of like Puritan culture, like affecting ratings and what is approved socially and what isn't. It was right like kind of at the height of all that. So I do understand a little bit of why he went that direction, but as far as like being he's no Nostradamus as far as the who of who was behind everything.
Yeah.
But
yeah, good call on Watt. Swing and a miss on the who.
Yeah,
that's kind of like the curse of boomer libs, though, is they thought that they lived through hell because someone said like, "Hey, maybe you can't bomb stuff." It's like and now like their grandchildren are being arrested for memes.
Yeah.
Any time somebody of a certain age demographic is like talking about how much better it was when they were younger, I'm like, you guys like were burning down, like you're part of the flower power era, dude. That wasn't peaceful. What do you mean? It's like people my age who don't pick up a history book don't understand how violent all of that peacetime hippie BS was. Hippies were very violent. They're protesting fire bombs, the whole thing, dude.
That's what kind of got on my nerve. And this isn't like point finger or like change topic, but like a lot of commentators, particularly like YouTube guys on media, always have like this weird vision of like the 90s being like a glory day. And it's like, man, all the stuff that you like don't like let's say like left-wing progressivism or woke and all this kind of stuff, that was super rampant in the 90s. Like, this is an old story.
It was like the 90s were as like when political correctness started coming in.
Yeah.
Like when a lot of ugly architecture that was creeping in like the 70s and 80s, but it like ugly architecture became like it was like a staple of the 90s. That's when Japan and the US like went ham with the ugly office building trend that never fully went away, unfortunately. It's like remember when we used to be a culture and we actually made like normal things were beautiful? I kind of miss that, dude. I don't know. I'm an aesthetically driven person, so I don't know. I appreciate that
I
shit.
just
man.
want a clip of this shirtless Kahuna guy saying, "I'm an aesthetically driven."
Well, yeah, that's why I share
Flip
my
Flip it,
my
Jack.
Herculean physique with the world. Yes. My don't Dan, you think because I wear no shirt that my opinion means less, but I say it means more. Shirtless man taken more seriously than man without shirt.
You're rather hairy for a Hawaiian guy, right?
What was that?
I said you're rather hairy for a Hawaiian guy, right?
No, not
No,
really.
not really.
Not really.
Really?
Like
Are
a
they
lot of
hairy
Hawaiian
people?
guys are very close to hairless, but I'm not. Like this is barely like I have no body hair hardly. Like I have a little bit on one shoulder. Not sure why, but
That's the one you put your spear over. Like, I can't say anything, man. I am Irish Welsh. Like this light is not doing it justice, but like if I go outside, I'm just reflecting the sun back at it. Like it has to wear sunglasses when I walk
figured
outside.
the pink tone on the walls was coming off with the reflection off of your forehead. But
This is red, and the rest of it's white.
I wish my color changer controller was working. Damn it! I would do the whole. I would change it red, and that way, get more aesthetic with it. It's not going to work. Oh well.
Well, like
We're stuck with blue.
just with like V for Vendetta, it's like Alan. Can you name one dictatorial country that had like the cross as its background? Name one like
Not
Christian nation
one.
that's a tyranny, like ever.
Uh,
Franco, maybe like
like the Roman, the Catholic state. 'Cause
yeah.
they've ruled nations before, so like, and they still kind of have their own nation. But are Catholics really Christian? I'm kidding. But jeez. Oh
I think so.
no, they are. They are. I just have. I don't even know, man. It's a complicated topic for me.
Yep.
I don't like the veneration of the saints and a few other things, but it's neither here nor there. A lot of good friends of mine are Catholic, so. But yeah, no, enjoying this film. I also like how the action was done. It's like, oh yeah, this is based on a comic book technically, and I like that the action like it's bigger than life. It's bombastic. It's fantastical.
Oh, dude,
Or maybe it's just
slow-mo-
like V is fantastical, but it feels like everyone he fights is not. It feels very unfair for every time there's some sort of physical altercation.
the slow-mo shot of him coming over the roof. Oh,
Mhm.
And the
so
Dutch
good, dude.
angle, which is
Almost-
unnecessary
he's
because the
almost
roof is
cat-like.
already.
Oh,
He lands like Solomon Kane,
Yeah.
Batman, and
Yeah,
Shadow all
man.
in one.
That is what's so brilliant about the story is like Moore did capture like an almost because I think V is like augmented. I think he does have some kind of super strength.
He
Like,
has to.
yeah, he is some kind of superhero done in a brilliant way, and it's almost Robin Hood like on steroids. Like I think Moore doesn't get enough credit for that part of creating a new superhero, basically. Like, because he always gets credit for where he should for like the philosophy and the political side of things, but he did something that's very hard to do, which is create like a new superhero.
I think like they hinted in the film that it was like it was a result like it was like implied that his abilities, because he was faster and stronger, were like a result of his immunity to whatever disease they were studying.
Yeah.
It's also implied that he has no eyes, which means that he's fighting blind and that he doesn't see in like he's another like blind character archetype. Or it's implied. It's not explicitly shown or said. That being said, if done well, I love the blind archetype.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that is really not even close to representative of real life, but it's something I deeply enjoy in a well-told story.
Yeah.
People flying, I get, you know.
Yeah.
People can fly. I've seen it. I've flown. I have the best jet.
Nothing. No one flies better than me.
Many
It's
such
you.
cases.
Huge. It's huge.
Huge golden nipples on the building. Well, anyway, so But also like just the imagery, like the flag, the red
Mhm.
lines, like the cross, but it's like a dark cross.
Can we just say that goes hard? Like,
Yeah, it goes super hard. But
It
you know what's
does.
crazy is like you remember back when Biden gave his like big
the dark Biden.
dark Biden.
It
It's
made
like,
him look like he
it's like
looked and
his
sounded
Sith
like
Lord
Sidious with
speech.
Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, it's like I kept thinking, it's like, dude, he looks like Adam Sattler from V for Vendetta right now. Just
I
like,
was gonna
just
say
like
I've seen
if
this
Adam
in-
Sattler
I've seen this
survived
scene
and
in
was just
Revenge of the
old and
Sith,
senile, it's like, that would have been him right there.
V versus the auto pin.
I'm watching it. I'm like, I've seen this scene in Revenge of the Sith. Like,
D
I'm
for
like,
dementia.
okay, AO, if you're still here, you got to make that a meme, dude. You got to do it
So good, dude.
and remind them that they are dog face pony soldiers.
It looked like Marilyn Manson's old tour flag, like when he was
Yeah.
Antichrist
You're right.
Superstar. That's what
Yeah.
it looked like.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like,
also, what's his face? Stephen Fry.
Yep.
Really well. He's perfect casting for that character.
oh yeah.
Piers
Perfect
Morgan.
casting for that character. Perfectly acted. It's like slightly silly, but like there's a depth there, and it's performative. But I'm like Stephen Fry is a good actor, and this is a perfect part for him.
Yeah.
Dude, when
That
he
was
took
really
that shot, that baton shot to the face, and so
Mhm.
his head hit the ground, it's all split right there. It's like, yikes!
Yikes!
That look,
yeah.
that was gnarly. So well done, good makeup there.
But
yeah.
With that, because I was thinking about this watching it, it goes back to my same kind of like liberal boomer beef with this kind of stuff. Is like the film, even V's house when she first wakes up, Evie, and she's walking through it. The house starts classically English.
Mm-hmm.
The paintings and the art and everything, and as she goes, you start seeing like third world art and different other things, and like
Egyptian artifacts eventually.
yeah.
Like,
And Stephen
wait.
Fry's like he's got the Quran, but he's also like a homosexual man, and that doesn't make sense. And it tries, because it tries to embrace this like universalist view of England, and it's like that's not England, man.
Not
Like,
real. It is
yeah.
not real, Alan. Jiminy Christmas. Do you know where you live?
He might not.
I
He might not.
guess the argument is that like, oh, doesn't represent England as it should be. It's just this man. But I'm like, but you're making comparisons with every other character. Why not this one? So
It's his
that
heroes.
that being said, Stephen Fry's retelling of the Greek mythology,
Yeah.
really good, really good.
It's just we've seen so much of that, like England is, or whatever country, Western country is every country but itself.
Yeah.
Like what is particularly English about V for Vendetta outside of Guy Fawkes? All the English stuff gets blown up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It doesn't make sense. There's so many contradictions in this kind of idea that it's
the
ridiculous.
fact that the food is all bland, that's very English. It's like everybody always argues about like which culture has the best food. I'm like, there's one, like American, I get it. It's not always fresh ingredients, blah 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 blah. But you cannot argue with American breakfast. There's
Nope.
no nation on earth
No.
that does anything that comes anywhere near the realm, the heavenly, like pinnacle of culinary arts that is American breakfast.
Many like top tier chefs agree as well, by the way.
That was an Aziz Ansari joke where he's like, because he grew up in South Carolina too. He was like, people are like, I'm gonna say something really racist, but I'm gonna give you biscuits afterward. And you're like, oh, okay. Like,
They're very good biscuits. I accept. Oh, dude, you just took me back. So back when I was still married, there was this Italian restaurant in Seattle. Also, Capitol Hill, Seattle.
Oh, you're on Chop.
But it was so good that I would actually go there to eat at this place. That's how good it was. I hate Seattle and I hate Capitol Hill. But no, we would go there, and it was like the most expensive dish was $14 a plate.
oh wow.
and it was the best Italian food, hands down, by a country mile, anywhere I've ever eaten, by like a long, long ways. And I'm eating there for the first time. I'm like, this is a small place. I asked the chef to come over, and he's talking to us, and I'm like, this is the best meal I have ever had. He's like, yes, because you normally eat shit. I'm like,
He was like, "Get out of here, you dirty islander."
Yes,
Yes, sir.
He takes out his melanin chart. No, you don't qualify. Get out. You don't have the right qualifications.
The best thing Seattle gave us was Chris Cornell.
That's fair.
Even that. No, like, I don't Seattle, like, whole Washington is such a frustrating place to live. Get away from the cities, it's fine. Politically, it's a fuck up. I'm like, why is Seattle like this? This place was built off of like hard labor and innovative industries. Why is it this liberal shithole that it is now? It's like with Hawaii, I kind of understand why that.
All those hard workers had kids that grew up soft, and then all those soft kids just turned into a bunch of Democrat pussies.
They did. We do hold the highest. Actually, no. There are some Washington facts I figured I would share. We are number 2 in sexual degeneracy as far as the 50 states. I don't know how they measure that.
Imagine my shock.
Imagine your shock. Guess what we are number 1 is?
Is Washington, D.C. number 1?
No, California's number 1, which makes sense when you think about it. But it's
up.
California followed by WA, but we are number 1 in a different category. Incest.
Bad. Oh, there you go. Nailed it.
No!
Nailed it. Good job, Alabama. Good job, Kentucky. You dodged a bullet there.
Actually, Alabama's pretty low as far as that goes. I think it's because they have that reputation.
No, that's always a joke. That's always a joke. But people like Alabama.
People believe that though.
Alabama is like super conservative, man.
Yeah. I know.
Like those. I love people from Alabama, man. Alabama's legit. It's just too hot. I'm not.
There's a direct correlation between how bad your football teams are and like how degenerate you are. Name a good football team over the Mason-Dixon line.
We were
college
good
football.
Oh, who watches college football? Says the
Dude, all of the South.
I know.
College football.
Your guys' college football is almost as big as the NFL.
Yep.
Down there.
Bigger than some NFL teams.
And the gambling is bigger.
I don't know, dude. There's a lot of gambling. We have a lot of reservations in Washington. There's a lot of gambling.
Some might say too many.
Yeah, there are people from back home, they're like in Hawaii, and they're talking about like, you want the same thing the Indians have. I'm like, no, you don't.
You said
if you give Hawaii the same privileges you give to the tribes, Hawaii will be destroyed in 10 years or less. It will turn into the world's new Vegas.
Oh yeah, dude.
Right, like very quickly, shockingly fast. It will any culture that has survived, which is very little, will be completely wiped out. And that's guaranteed. It's like it's already a tourist destination. You'll turn it into the new Sin City. It will be
so gross.
It'd be so upsetting. That being said, I did write a bunch of short stories about a future where that exact thing happens, and it's pretty good.
It's called Sad, the book.
Very sad, very sad. Shows a sad Hawaiian guy, like single tear, like in the movie Cry, like with the Indian, like the single tear.
Fun fact: that guy was Italian.
He was, which makes it funnier. Dude. It's so good. Oh, Christ almighty. But yeah, no, the musical score, like people, like I feel like we always forget the music in this movie, you know, because we've been talking only about this movie, but I feel like we always forget about the music in this movie. It's really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Like, especially in import, like whenever V is being like, I'm Batman, kind of like doing stuff like that, like it's swelling and mysterious and dangerous sounding. And then when it's like when the state's being, you know, the state, evil background kind of music. Oh, it's like, oh no, what are they doing now? Oh, being very authoritarian. Perfect. Great. That's what we wanted. It's like looking around. I'm like, guys, you know, V for Vendetta was a warning, right? right? You guys
We've
use
had
them.
we've had the entire 20th century as a warning. It's not stopping these people.
Oh my gosh. It was our warning was their playbook.
Yeah. I
It's
don't
like-
know what else to think at this point. I mean, and like this isn't to change topic or to like shill, but like that's why we created like our universe to address like those ideologies and like the apocalyptic view of like our current society.
Yeah.
Like it has to be intentional at this point, right? Like there's only so much coincidence can write off of where we are right now.
I don't believe in coincidence on a grand scale.
Yeah.
If
No.
coincidence happens on a grand scale 18 times in a row, it's not coincidence. But yeah, no, you along with a bunch of other creators, like hell, even Rippaverse, Eric July and all that, like in his universe, isn't Texas like its own nation again? Isn't that the deal with the Rippaverse? I haven't actually read any of it.
I think so. I think it was that it seceded.
I'm like, good for you, Texas. I don't want to live there, but I want the freedom and the
Then they
attitude.
could deport all the Californians. The Texans seceded.
Just throw them to Mexico.
Just fix that would fix
Yeah,
everything
Jared's
going on
like,
in
don't
Texas
worry,
right
we've
now.
decided to get rid of all Californians. The Mexicans can stay, but the Californians must leave.
California's got to
We
go.
will send them all to Idaho.
The Catholics
Oh,
can stay.
Hell no.
What was that? I saw a post about Idaho. Like it's that Jared lives vaguely in the state of Idaho, but it was like someone from Idaho. It's like, oh, this is what Idaho looks like, and it just shows like a desert. It's like you don't want to come here. Just it's awful.
Yeah,
We hate
it's
it
terrible. It's terrible.
It's a terrible
You do not
place to
wanna be
live.
here.
Don't
No.
come here. Don't come.
Worst place in the whole in the entire country. Go to Jersey. Jersey's better. That tells you how bad Idaho is.
Yes, obviously. Yeah, Idaho sucks. I went there to visit Jared recently. I'm never going back. It's terrible. That being said, I think we're coming up on the end. So let's give a sink or float. Those are the only two ratings that matter on this show. And then any final thoughts about the film before we move on. We'll start with you, Dan. Sink or float? Sink is bad, by the way, but I'll set
yeah,
out there.
okay. Definitely Float. I think it's a great film. I think I can let some of the boomer lib politics go away because I mean art is art, and art, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I don't care.
A competent storyteller will tell a good story even if their politics are fucking trash.
That is a fact.
And I think that's what's important about art. I think politics is downstream from culture, and culture is downstream from art and religion. I think art supersedes politics. So of course, I think it's a wonderful film. It's got a few flaws here and there, but I mean, they adapted almost an impossible story to adapt, and they did it well.
Yeah, no, they did it more than competently, and I was quite impressed. Jared, final thoughts and a sink or a float?
Definite float, and I think the film's well done. Like even like my criticism has more to do with the film, has more to do with the original story it came from anyway. So it's like as a film, like I love this film. Like I saw it in the theater, I bought the DVD.
Oh, you saw it in the theater? Oh,
yeah,
that
dude.
I was.
Dude, it was awesome. It was awesome.
I'm way younger than you, and I don't know
man.
how old you are, Dan, but I'm probably
I'm
younger.
38.
Yeah, 30, not even 32 yet. So I'm a baby.
But I have the DVD. I've seen it multiple times. I love this film. I love the film. I particularly love. There's one sequence in that film that like I could just watch that sequence and be completely entertained. And it is the sequence. It is a sequence where Stephen Ray, the main detective, and the other inspector are in the car talking, and it's a voiceover montage of what he's saying playing out in real time on the streets of London, and it's so well done.
There's two
So
sequences
well
like that,
done.
and they're so good. They're
Yeah,
really
dude.
Mhm.
And I was like, yeah, that one right there. Like, yeah, I love the movie. Love it. So yeah, it is a nigh unsinkable for me.
Yeah, I'll go so far as to say it's an airship. That's like
Yeah.
the highest level of float there is. Doesn't even touch the water. But I don't know if there's a single scene I could point out. Maybe the final confrontation where V, like, he physically demonstrates the idea that he is, like, ideas are bulletproof. He
Yeah.
lives
Yeah.
that out in his
The
final.
my turn part. Yeah.
Yeah, that
no,
whole
Inspector, what you have are bullets.
Yeah.
And the belief that once you've expended all of your bullets,
I will be dead.
Yep.
Ah, it's so good, dude.
Yeah,
It's
dude, it's so good.
like, it's Matrix, but it's also uniquely itself too. Like the blur on the knives and the slow mo and how I've never seen slow mo done that way either. And it's like this
Yeah.
mix of like realism and also like fantastic.
Oh, some of
It's-
his kills in that scene are spectacular.
Where he picks he hits the guy up and his leg goes up and then he brings him down.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
It's like he's
Gnarly.
faster than gravity there. Yeah.
Yeah. He somehow supersedes like the fall of
It's like
Brutal.
it's like I punch a guy, he's falling too slow. I punch him with the same fist before he hits the ground.
Again.
I said get down.
Get down, boy. But
You have
that,
not reached
and
terminal
then,
velocity yet.
and then his final moments with Evie. Because I like when I think of like the most important moment in a film, I think of some like there's a certain line from the Matrix Revolutions that I think is, or no, wait, is that the last one? No, Reloaded. Matrix Reloaded. Like the delivery of a certain line, and I think of this line anytime I look at like the most important scene in the movie, and that is the architect when he talks about, or Neo talking about choice.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you have? Choice. And I love when a character has to make a quintessential choice. For me, that's always the climax of a film. It's rarely a moment of action so much as like, well, it is a moment of action, but a choice is made. And so V dies and he leaves a choice to Evie and she has to decide what she's going to do. And then like she like at first is like, well, what am I going to do? And then the inspector gets there, he points a gun at her. Now there's an obvious credible threat. And because she's no longer afraid, she does make the choice that she thinks in that moment is right. Now, whether it is right or wrong, that's up for interpretation. That's neither here nor there. I just love that moment in a film. I love when when a whole film builds to a specific moment and then a choice is made.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, Airship for me, love this film. It like any criticisms are just for me are arbitrary at this point. But yeah,
Last shot of V laying in the subway car with all the Scarlet Carsons on his chest. Oh, so good.
it's very comic book. It's very
yeah, but it was so well done.
Now, speaking of comics, Danny boy, you have a comic of your own. I'm gonna bring that sucker up. I'll bring up the page that you sent on Kickstarter. You sent me. But yeah, no, tell us about your comic.
All right, this is Biophile Kolga Volume 2. It is part of our larger universe, the GODFOE universe. It takes place about 1,000 years after our other series, Apollyon 20XX.
Oh, I love this cover. Or this art right here. That makes me feel things.
Biophile Kolga is an interesting story. It follows a woman who has spent her entire life in what is basically a totalitarian system. If you're into theology and religion, it's a Gnostic system. There is this godlike figure that rules the world. It's not God, and she and some others in their youth figured that out, and they realized that they're kind of trapped.
It's a false god, a false idol.
Yeah, and it's a scientific god, which is kind of like we like to say maybe like C.S. Lewis's that horrible strength.
Yeah. No one has read that, by the way. No one. Not even you or me, but no one has ever read that.
And she has been given a second chance at life because the technology in her time is basically magic. That's how they view it. They view it through a religious lens. They view it through a magic lens. So she's lived her whole life. She has led revolutions and seen the horror that happens when you remove order.
Look at her nose. I would revolt against society too if I had a nose that big. No, dude, I'm joshing, but this art style is really, really good
Thank you. Josh
Like very
Adams
Japanese
is the
looking to me.
artist, and he is the other half of the GODFOE universe. We're a partnership. I'm the writer, he's the artist, and we do everything together in this work. We're working on short films, video games. I mean, name it. We've released some already, but this particular series is very close to us. It's a character study of a person realizing that the order that they grew up under, as oppressive as it was, is actually better than the horror that she calls with like her revolt and revolution, and that she's messing with powers she can't understand. It combines philosophy, science, religion kind of all into one, and examines it and how it affects people. She's not the best person, but again, it's a character study. You get to watch her grow and change, and it'll be about 5 or 6 volumes when it's done, and this is our second. I mean, I can go into deeper detail. I mean, we've been working on this for about 10 years, our entire universe. But I just wanted to give a quick elevator pitch.
Do you know if he's a Junji Ito fan?
Oh, yeah, of course he is.
Look at his... I would have guessed the art. I'm like, this is very Japanese horror-esque, a lot of this. This is...
Oh, yeah.
Like, hell, even the font. I'm like, that is a very... Like, that's like a Blade the Immortal font right there.
The story is very much more manga than comics, and that's where we kind of feel a little self-conscious when we go on comic shows and stuff. Like, we drop you right into the world, and we grow it from there. It's
you might pick up backstory later as a byproduct of just natural dialogue and story elements, but not. It's not like issue 1 or like the beginning. There's none of that.
Yeah,
that's sick, dude.
I appreciate it. It's a great story. We put out volume 1. People liked it. This is volume 2, of course. We've got catch-up tiers. You can catch up on Apollyon as well. It's a big universe we're building. We're actually starting from the beginning, middle, and end of it. We've got a novel, like a prose novel, coming out next year that is the end of the universe. But
like an actual written word prose, or
yep, okay. It's been finished for about 2 or 3 years now. I've just been editing it. We've got a Biophile Kolga video game coming out, hopefully in the next year. I've got to edit it down on the last dungeon. It's kind of like a SNES dungeon crawler, half puzzle, half bullet hell. And we just love making stuff, man. We love giving people stuff. Like when anyone gets any perk from here for this book, they're also getting a 100-page novella that is called the Biophile Codex Part 1 that is written by Kolga. And a lot of it is backstory of her youth and her theory of how the world works. It's very nerd. It's very
a little
man.
more like internal. A little more.
Oh yeah.
A little more internal.
Yeah, the lore nerd in me just like, ooh, that sounds great.
Jarrod, if you want our website, GODFOEuniverse.com, we've already got a bunch of free to read stuff.
Yeah.
We've got from our other series, Apollyon 20XX, we have something called Apollyon 20XX, the Apocrypha. And it's all lore stuff. It's in-world writings that I make while Josh is drawing things. And I think it's like close to 400 or 500 pages of stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's got in-world thesis about people watching this god figure machine being made by the elites, and it's screwing up everybody's minds. We've got photography. We've got, like I said, we got 2 short films we've done in the universe. We are doing more than any other indie comics are. And that's not like a arrogant statement. We just are.
It's just factual.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Well, it's not an easy sell either. Like I can't get here and give you like a 2-line elevator pitch. Like Apollyon 20XX, we describe it as X-Men meets Akira. I mean, that's the only thing I can tell you. And Kolga, you're literally seeing this old woman who has been through hell and back, who literally lived in like a demiurgical system and saw what happens when you try to break that and the chaos that ensues. And she's found a powerful artifact called the Eye of the Fallen, and she knows it's not a divine thing. She knows this is some kind of technological idea. But no one else on Earth knows
that
this.
They have all this technology, but they don't understand it anymore? Like, it's forgotten knowledge.
So the series Apollyon 20XX involves, which is the beginning of our timeline, and you can enjoy any of these series separately, but the arc between them is the best part. Apollyon involves an alien metal falling to Earth called Impera metal. That's what people call it whenever they find it. It is balled up by a bunch of group of elites that are like that we call the Order, that are basically like, shadow government people that run everything now. And they are trying to use it to build a god machine, a machine that can influence the minds of everyone on the planet. They succeed in that endeavor. They're opposed by some beings called augments, which are human beings that they have implanted in the metal, trying to build their own god. So that's where like the quote unquote X-Men element of it comes from.
Okay.
Yep.
Kind of like a very Apocalypse a little bit. Like,
oh yeah, that series gets very apocalyptic by the end of it.
Yeah.
Flash forward about 1,000 years, that metal is still on the Earth, and it has grown and changed because it can adapt itself to any biosystem. And that's about the time Biophile Kolga arrives, and there is a godlike figure, and she exists under that regime. And there's a energy called O that we call that flows throughout the entire world, and they call that the spirit of God. And her and some others they realize that this God is not a God, but it's not like like today's liberal view. Like they literally don't know what to do with that. It's like this thing that we can't escape, who's very intentions.
It's a very large, powerful, real thing. Yep. It's just not what it says it is and what we believed that it was.
Yeah, and some of a lot of the writings that she has, she doesn't have words for. Like if you grow up in that kind of world, you don't have words for these kind of ideas. So again, I always make fun of myself for the elevator pitch tripping over it. It's just a massive world, but that doesn't bother me. Like, what are you going to do? Like, if you try to pitch someone Berserk, where do you start? Do you start?
No. Dan, I thought a lot about this. Demon, big guy, swing sword, big sword.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. And then you got to tell the entire golden arc.
Short, dark-skinned baddie.
Yeah.
Wait.
How do you pitch Evangelion to someone? You don't do it in 2 sentences.
You do it with an essay talking about all the problems.
Well, again, that's what I'm saying. This is not the easiest universe to sell in a 2-minute thing, but I don't care. Like we come from a punk rock background. Josh and I were both musicians.
I can tell. Look at this cover.
Yeah.
This is punk rock.
Thank you.
Now is this the Biophile Kolga?
This is a Polyen. This is a Polyen 20XX Volume 2. This is the beginning series.
Okay.
Biophile is
different character.
Yep.
Okay. Now, so
with your lies, that's a great tag.
With the Kolga character, you say she's old.
Yep.
She's like super old, but is she put into a youthful body?
Something like that. Volume 1 starts immediately with her escaping something called the Acolyte's Manor.
Okay.
And it's kind of this interdimensional spot that she has found. Interdimensional is the best way to describe it. And she remerges and she's young. She's restored to her youth.
Gotcha.
And through the series, that's part of the mystery. You learn that she helped create that problem for herself. Like everything that has happened to her is basically karma from her youth.
Okay. So
you deserve this.
So she's restored, like not just physically, like she's her mind goes back to that.
Yeah, she remembers her memories of being old and all this kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yep. And she has an incredible healing factor, which is more of a curse than anything. Like she can restore entire limbs.
Yeah.
And the reason
I'm guessing something like that happened here, but
yeah, this is her dealing with what they call witches. And these witches work for something that is called the mountain that moves. And what that is a being that no one really understands except the witches that can rival God.
Is it something else that encountered that ultra tech? Okay, yeah.
It is a being whose intentions are so powerful it can also shape the world.
So reality bending, if not breaking.
Yeah. So again, there's no magic. It's all tech. but we really wanted to kind of like do that Dune idea
Yeah.
of where you don't know the
If tech
difference.
gets to a high enough level, it's basically magic. That's
Yeah.
I like when series kind of bend that. Some series are more blatant. It's like, oh, actually, there's just big tech and also big magic.
Yeah.
There's
The-
some series go with both.
The big magic system throughout all of the entire arc is that there are things that can bend the will of other people, that intentions matter, and everyone's intentions on the planet go out at all times. The question is, do you
AO
know
had-
what your intentions are? Do you know what they do? Are you responsible for them? It's a heavy book.
Yeah.
In fact, everything we do is very heavy, and this
Yeah.
is not an American comic. I hate to say that in some ways. It's very much a manga in its story.
Yeah,
That's
I can tell
cool.
both art style and story focus wise that appears to be the case. That being said, I do have acknowledged AO here with the his berserk
Guy
elevator
with
pitch.
sword fight demon with boobas.
Yes. Well, actually, that's the best case scenario. He does other things to demons, sometimes on the first page.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
I'm gonna, Jared. I'm gonna link you the free to read section of our site on the private chat.
Yeah, man.
I already backed it, man. I'm excited.
So I
to read
appreciate
this.
that.
Yeah, no,
And-
this looks absolutely sick. And like, obviously, a story this deep and this dark is not for everybody, but I
No.
do like that kind of story when I'm in the mood for it.
I
Yo,
appreciate
AC.
It's unique, and we try to keep a lot of the deep lore nerd stuff separate from the comic. A comic is a comic. A comic is a visual story. That's why I spend countless hours fleshing out a lot of stuff that's cool, maybe not necessary, but cool in a prose style.
And like, because some people love the deep stuff, like especially for people who enjoy this kind of story, they do typically like that.
Yeah, so if I had to sell it like a comic, she's a woman that has acquired a magical artifact that the entire world is trying to come after and get from her. That artifact is part of a being that can rival the god of their world. There's no good that can come from it.
That's a very happy place. I want to live. It's like people reading fantasy. I want to live in this world. You don't. You really don't.
Well,
do you though?
People have wonderful lives in it. But there is this god being that influences everything. And that's the itching thing, especially for the modern mind. Can you live in a world where there's this thing that is over you, that has authority?
Dude, the guy with the mask and the red eyes. Oh, what a great picture, man.
Thank you.
That is so sick.
Yeah, no, I'm looking through the free to read portion. This is really
Yeah, me
good.
too.
Yeah,
dude.
pull it up, man. That's fine.
Yeah, I can modulate my voice. I'll read it a little bit. Hold on.
Go for it.
Kahuna does a good narration voice, and nice to meet you in person.
You too, man.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little late. I just did a 4-hour move with the family, so we're kind of driving through a blizzard. Stopped
okay.
at Walmart.
I caught y'all's episode with Frederick the other day.
Oh
Frederick
yeah,
Guimont.
Oh, he's a wonderful guy,
Yeah.
despite being Canadian.
Freddie Gooey Duck. I know he's the only French Canadian I like. No. I remember
That
first
was
time
a
I was
fun
on
show.
the stream with him. I was like, man, the only thing like you had it's okay. It's one thing to be Canadian, but to be French Canadian. He's like, I know. I'm like, he
Yeah.
said it with his accent. I'm like, all right. But yeah, dude, this looks absolutely sick. All right, let's see here. We go like this. Go like
Which one are you
this.
doing? Which one are you reading?
I am doing the wrong thing. Hold on.
He's pulling up Kolga 1.
Yeah, let me see. I'll go
Okay,
here.
sweet. Yeah.
Go here. All right, here.
Dang it, Kahuna.
Dear reader,
You
I should be
son of a
dead.
bitch.
In fact, I have died many times, and one too few.
This Eric Cartman ass voice.
No respect. No respect. Kahuna's got no
Concerning
respect.
the matters of the recent past, I'm not even sure the past matters.
Kolga.
Run, June.
Not in the way I once believed. All seems to be gone. All seems to be none. Rackadoom. To quote the poet, what finalities that seem to be. Oh my gosh, what happened? You were just...
Never mind for now. Keep running.
Anyway, guys, it does look really good. Forgive my... I can't stop joking.
No,
That's
this
my
is
problem.
deluxe. This is the prime cut here. Keep going. Keep going.
We are not alone. And I beheld.
Hello, little cub.
Is it-
I do have something I want.
Is that the one?
Relinquish it, and I will spare the child.
Oh my
Is that the
God.
one, Jared? Is that the one you were talking about?
Yes.
Jared,
Yes.
Jared, is this?
He's like,
you?
it was.
Never-
Yeah.
Is you if you
It
never
was.
got married?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
This is like the scene in Black Sheep when David Spade let Chris Farley win the checkers game. He's like, yeah, that was fun. David Spade's like, yeah, it was.
What did you do? I love that movie.
Beat it, creeps. There's a curfew for the lower circles.
Don't talk to him.
But truly, there are no words to describe it. Bleh. And that could be either too holy or too blasphemous to utter. Nonetheless, dear reader,
The masks. Destroy the masks.
I will dare. For I know the power of words, and in them lies life and death.
Ew, what kind of magics is this?
The worst kind. We must get back to the manor and secure the collection.
She has a southern accent now.
No, that's a good trick. Yeah. That's a good trick.
I'm so sorry, Dan.
Kolga, we
Yeah.
may have a
I
problem.
apologize.
This is prime content.
Yeah, dude. If I went on somebody's show and they started doing this with my graphic novel, I would just be sitting back like, give me some popcorn.
I admit, dear reader, I
have to look at
most
myself in the mirror every day. It's not
believed
that bad.
it was that simple.
This is bad and gross.
Get behind me.
Nice.
Life and death. Nothing between.
Whoa, what is that?
An ally for now.
Hello?
It talks.
Oh,
Yes.
He won't shut up now once he starts.
Or beyond.
Hello. Goodbye.
you said you wrote prose for this to kind of develop it more?
All
Yeah.
right, my horrific narration is over. We can just enjoy the art for now.
I could actually tell in the dialogue that it's not just like thrown onto the page. Like there's a little bit of thought going on here. It's like the back and forth is a little deeper than normal just first edition dialogue. I'll say it's not. I could tell you put some thought into it.
I appreciate that. The monologue that goes through with Kolga talking to the reader is also part of her character whenever, and this is brought up in volume 1 when she was known as Kolga the Collector, when she used to tell people about the Biophile Initiative. She referred to them as reader because she didn't know who was going to read it. And she writes in a very epistolic kind of view of things. If you've ever read like the New Testament Gospels, she kind of writes in that kind of sense.
Cool.
Yes, except she doesn't give 14 generations of backstory.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Matthew, thank you for that.
No, I think
Oh,
writing
this is really good.
I think writing like prose along with it is a very good idea to flesh out a story more. And
Mhm.
the same works in reverse too. When I wrote my full length novel, I storyboarded the first chapter just to see how long of like a graphic novel it would actually be.
Yeah.
And when I did that, it like fleshed it out so much more, and I realized I could just keep going with the whole book doing that. And it's like a clever editing tool, in a way.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think you have to be able to picture it. You have to be able to transpose it. I don't know. I mean, especially coming from a music background, that to me was the most important thing is this idea of can something be a theme and a variation?
Mm-hmm.
And can it
And like
work?
different mediums have different demands and expectations as well. So
Yeah.
of course, like you said, some of the lore is not going to be physically like or like dialogue or wordly represented in the comic because it's a visual medium. Most of that should be visual. You like you and your artist, you guys actually understand that. Oh yeah, we have a picture. We don't need to have 2 pages worth of dialogue.
Yeah.
Marvel.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, and
actually, it's all of them now.
and
But
speaking about dialogue, like what you read, it starts off because I took a lot of influence from Bone. If you was it Jeff Smith that wrote that? It starts at a certain level, and again, this is kind of like a manga or anime thing, and then it quickly changes to a different one. So the way they're speaking, particularly June, the younger girl, and the way Stu, who's the eyeball, he goes by the name Stu because he wanted to be stupendous because he didn't know what a name was, and a name is what some people call you, and he wanted to be called stupendous.
Gotcha.
He functions as a bit of the comic relief, and both of those characters are kind of naive, and then bam, it switches where you realize Stu is an eldritch horror. And
it's like, oh, you're a monster. Okay.
yeah, and he's funny until he's horrific. And June, she's forced to grow up very quickly, and a lot of that kind of put on naivety, like a young girl would do, is ripped
Getting
away.
a slight Bloodborne vibe from this. Slight.
Yeah, Josh is a big fan of Bloodborne. We got some of that in there as well.
Thank you.
Also,
Yes.
the coloration. Like sometimes it's a little more ordinary, but it's not afraid to be psychedelic with its colors.
Oh yeah, we're going full psychedelic with Volume 2 because Olga enters the O, which is basically the collective unconsciousness of the world, what they call the spirit of God, and that's where a lot of those trippy pictures were from.
Oh, like the Akashic record? She like enters the Akashic record?
Yeah.
Like, straight up? Dude, that
our version of it, yeah.
And then that kind of evokes a little bit, like for the weebs out there, that's a little bit of Attack on Titan stuff going on there, a little bit, because I think Ymir and that was like in this other dimension where she kind of just built everything out of sand was the whole thing. But like this is different in that it's like collective knowledge from all time, right? Like past.
Yeah, think of it this way. Because it's a science system and like a metallic system, it's kind of like a computer machine hard drive. Yeah. Everything is recorded. So all of human history that can be remembered is in the O. And when they interact with it, it's overwhelming. And there's only a few beings that hold it together. And the being they call God is one of them. The mountain that moves is another one. And they're at conflicts with another. And the big questions that come we basically take the postmodern philosophy, literally the postmodern philosophy of everything is power, and push it to the nth degree. And because I hate that belief system. I don't think that's how the world works. So it's like, okay, well, let's follow that pattern and see what would happen if that's how the world worked.
Ad absurdum, right?
Yeah.
Whole term. It's like ad absurdum, something like that. You bring it to its most absurd conclusion.
Sure.
Well, that's what fiction is for. Fiction is valuable for like this is how I had it explained to me once, and I've kind of always I've adapted it and kind of agreed with it, and that is that nonfiction ideally tells the truth about the world and about people and about history, but fiction is for exploring yourself and who you are. Makes you ask questions about yourself and try to understand the inner world in my opinion. I think fiction is
Yeah.
really good for that because it pushes, it like takes an idea. It's like, oh, is this a good thing or bad thing? Automatically, you probably have an answer, yes or no. And then it's like, well, what if it was pushed to utmost extreme? What
Mhm.
about then?
Well, and
it's really
Josh and
good
I are
stuff.
both devout Christians, and that, like, the point of that is like we want to explore the idea of can man be God, and that is the big
No,
arc.
but
That's the big
it's a great
philosophical
question.
question and arc of the GODFOE universe, because the universe is, because of this metal that exists and it keeps evolving in all its forms. There is now a way for man or a man to push his intentions on the world.
Yeah, in a god-like manner.
Godlike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Less limited, very, very few. But it's like, oh, but man is sinful and God is not, and therefore this world is boned because now you have god-like beings that are
Yeah,
created
you
by
have
man.
the demiurge. If you're familiar with Gnosticism, yeah.
Yeah. Also, like the dwarf in the flask from Full Metal Alchemist is like, what's wrong with seeking perfection? Well, if you're not perfect, a lot.
But those are great questions, and like those are the things that I think comics can explore. I don't think you can really know a philosophy if you don't put it in narrative. Like, I think that's why Tolkien is a better philosopher than Nietzsche. Like, you can read Nietzsche's Ubermensch idea, but what you really want is you want Samwise Gamgee, because not only is he heroic, he's also a good person, and we can
Yeah.
answer that question instead of
Mhm.
wondering what a good person is.
You can see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, leading by example. I think that's one of the better ways that a Christian can represent Christ. You can preach all you like, you can say the right thing and do all these things, but just leading a good godly life by your example, people should know you. By your actions, by your light. You should be the light on the hill, the city
Well,
on the hill.
I think behavior shows faith. I
Yeah.
think you don't know what someone actually believes unless they act it out. I think people think faith or belief is something you think, and that's not true. And like, do you guys know? This is off the tangent, kind of the YouTuber Short Fat Otaku.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
He made a rather, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but he made a rather stupid statement where he said that he would choose communism over MAGA because MAGA was worse. And I even
Besides
commented
just
on it.
being wrong.
What he's saying though is he thinks the idea is worse because we have the physical belief that was acted out. Communism killed 100 million people. MAGA hasn't yet. So that kind of is an insight into the modern man, is that he thinks belief is something you think in your head. Belief is how you act.
Yep.
If faith doesn't change your actions and how you live, it's not faith.
Yeah.
Quintessentially.
The Bible says you'll know them by their fruits. And
Yeah.
with that, I'm going to get back to driving that Blizzard, guys. You guys have a good night. I'll be in the chat.
Nice meeting you, man.
See you,
God
buddy.
bless you, man. Be safe.
Yeah.
Don't die in a blizzard. I know how cold it gets over there.
Yeah, I hear you. Have a good one, guys.
Say hi to Diane for me.
And I'm not trying to proselytize. It's just, I think
No.
we're at a point.
We're just talking, man. This is a good
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, I think we're at a point in human history, and particularly about art, where like people are trying to fight social media. People are trying to fight the integration of art and artists and humans. And I say that's stupid. Human beings are complex and beautiful and brilliant. And religion, politics, art, it all becomes one. It all goes together. And I think we're deluding ourselves and pretending that it doesn't.
I think there's another problem too. I've been thinking about a lot recently, and because I'm a Christian as well, Jarrod is as well. And just talking about that stuff, it's like there's also this Christian instinct, I think, for a lot of people, like the puritanical kind of ideas, like, oh well, we can't do, like, we're Christian artists, we can't do this or that, and I don't think any of us agree with that. But it's even more than that. It's also like Jesus tells his disciples, "You guys need to be the light of the world and the salt of the earth." Think about that creatively.
Yeah.
We should be really creative, innovative, interesting storytellers. Not afraid to, if anyone should be able to approach darker topics, it should be us. Because
I agree.
while we believe in the light of Christ, we also know the darkness both in the world and in our human nature. Jarrod's movie is where even what was that title again? Help me.
Where even shadows fear to tread.
Yeah.
Ooh, great title.
It's a great
Thanks,
title. And yeah, it's like it's not the story's not afraid to explore these darker ideas, even in the main character. And I'm glad that you and your artistic partner here are of a similar mindset as well.
Oh yeah, and Josh catches a lot of flack because he's a pastor and he was a youth pastor for a long time. And he said people come up and be like, "How can you be a Christian and make art that's so dark?" And it's like, look, man, like there's glorifying evil and then there's exploring darkness. Like there's a huge difference.
Huge difference.
Yeah.
Like something like Has Been Hotel glorifies evil.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem as bad because it has catchy music and it's colorful.
And that, what in my experience, all of the dumb shit that Christians say like that has more to do with their own
the degradation,
their own inability to accept the darkness inside themselves. Yeah. So they're the kind of people who use the Bible as binoculars instead of mirrors.
Yeah.
And those kind of people have created more atheists in the world than Charles Darwin ever did.
Well, yeah, because Darwin.
Yeah.
People don't understand Darwin at all. He was so flip-floppy. He had a lot of ideas and he explored a lot of ideas. And he even at the end of his life, he didn't really buy his own theory either, which is really interesting because they treat him as the paragon of modern scientific religion, and it's just nonsense.
Darwin was just looking for answers. That's all it was. Like he wasn't out to destroy the church. He wasn't out to like start a movement. He was trying to answer questions the best he knew how to,
or at least explore questions.
And you look at some of the stupid people in the world. It's like, man, I think Darwin may have been right about a few things.
It's like, that was so bad. There was this video recently. This little girl asked her dad, like, where we come from. He's like,
I saw that.
God. Oh, so you know what the punchline. Yeah. And she asked him, where do we come from? He's like, well, God created man and woman, and they had children. Eventually, your mom and I had you. And the mom's like, no. Long time ago, biological things happened, and then we evolved.
We came from monkeys.
Monkeys. And the little girl explains that this is what her mom said. He's like, oh, no, honey. She's talking about her side of the family. Oh, it's great.
Well, that's the thing is, like, we evolved from monkeys, came from nowhere. We mean nothing, but the third world immigrant coming over was from a sacred land with a sacred people.
Yeah.
Those kind of people don't hate religion. They hate They hate God.
Yeah. It's critical theory, which is what all of this stuff basically is based off of. It hates Western Christianity is what it is.
Yes.
It goes back at least to the French Revolution, the Enlightenment, and more. At least there.
Yep.
Yeah. Although, like so many other things in history, France, you fucked it up. No.
Yeah.
Dude,
all the best composers were German.
But yeah, no. So, like, there's different people. Like, you're allowed to like whatever story you like for whatever reason you like. Another host of the show who's not able to participate as often now, Justin or Evaleighmusic, he prefers lighter hearted stories.
Yeah.
So he probably would not enjoy your story as much. And for him, it's like, oh, I want people to be nice and to get along. I'm like, there's no story if everyone just gets along. It's like, that's what I want, though. I'm like, all right, man. But me, I think the darker the darkness, the brighter the light. As long as there's a light, or a point, I think it's worth diving into that darkness to explore what is there. Better to know and not then rather than live in ignorance.
I do too. I mean, I get grimdark. I understand it. I'm not a huge fan of it, and I don't write it. And a lot of
There needs to be hope.
yeah, well, a lot of grimdark is like parody, basically. Like, let's see how dark we can get it. You know?
Yeah, grim derp.
It's like Saw. It's not even horror anymore.
It's just gratuitous.
Yeah, it's like gore porn essentially.
But what you were saying, Kahuna, about Christianity and Christians pushing art, like I 100% believe that, and it's the greatest tension in my life ever was growing up Southern Christian and
like Bible Belt
being an artist. Yeah, and like my parents were both Christian, but they were like the best examples of Christ you'd ever meet on your planet. My dad, rest his soul, was a pinnacle of Christian virtue, and my mom is as well. But I mean, even I did a market at our church, which is all about art and stuff. I went and like sold the stuff and showed like the video game there at the market, and you still feel like you're on trial because everyone's they're selling soap or they're selling like knitted hats, and I'm the one guy there with comics and I'm got like a video game you can play and stuff.
Hey guys, you want to see darkness and monsters and people trying to become God?
Yeah, right. You want to explore the darkness of mankind, but I think that's important, and especially in comics, because so much of comics is basically titty books or trying to be image.
Yeah,
and
more
power to you, but like I don't know. I need more out of life, man. I've got Dostoevsky novels over here. I can't be pretending that like
those are not a light Sunday read, by the way, for those who haven't.
It's like, but I can't pretend I want to read like boob comic number 5. Like,
yeah. Also, like, why is Power Girl the girl in every modern comic right now?
Yeah, right.
Essentially.
So and Kolga is full color. We do the nuclear kind of colors, psychedelic colors. Apollyon is black and white. Our books are big. Apollyon, the first volume is 185 pages. Second's 100. Kolga is always 100 pages.
The look of disgust on her face is brilliant right here. It's great.
Josh is a good artist, man. He really is. He's got his own style.
It's very distinctly him, but you can see his inspirations if you're familiar with enough art as well. I can see some old indie American comics. It has that rough, slightly sketch style that makes me think a little bit of early Ninja Turtles. Yep. I also definitely see Junji Ito in here a little bit too. There's
some like early image era. Todd McFarlane.
Image used to be so good, dude.
Oh man, I have the first 100 issues of Spawn, even though McFarlane didn't draw them all. Just Capullo picked up there. It's like the story kind of sucks because McFarlane can't write, but
but man, Spawn
is so good,
man.
Yeah, it's so good. The art is so good.
I had never read a Spawn comic. You know what made me want to read a Spawn comic?
Absolute Batman.
No.
It's the same thing.
Crap. No, the thing that made me want to read Spawn, you're right, but the thing that made me want to read Spawn was I found out there was the character Redeemer, and I thought that was just the coolest design. And then I'm like, oh wait, Spawn is the devil, but there's like a Christian version of him in universe.
And he's a jerk.
The anti-Spawn.
Anti-Spawn.
Dude, I remember I was in high school. I was in high school when Spawn and Max first dropped, and like I had a couple buddies that were really into comics. I remember seeing Spawn. I was like, that is amazing. And the dude, Spawn the animated series was so good. Like all 2 seasons of it.
That's what American animation should have followed.
Yes. Holy cow! That was
there is still some good American animation, but it's like all the big guys. Like America in animation was always like Disney and then Pixar. And like I guess DreamWorks is its own thing as well, but it's like once those things started going, that was essentially the financial death of American animation. And now Korea and freaking Japan are murdering right now. I saw the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle and then the Chainsaw Man movie as well, and Both really interesting theater experiences.
Did you go see Angel's Egg?
In theaters? No, I still
Played-
haven't seen Angel's Egg. It's really interesting. It's
It
really
played like
interesting.
2 weeks ago in theaters, man.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, I called it.
Oh,
It was
there's some good
fantastic.
ones. Really, like that's old school animation
Yep.
too, and the art style is so unique for Angel's Egg.
And End of Ava played last year.
Yep, I'm like a local theater of mine. They did like every now and again, they'll like do the first 2 or 3 episodes of a new anime that comes out, and that is just super cool to see on the big screen.
I think so. I mean, I've got some nitpicks with anime. I think the tropes have kind of
generally,
overtaken
yeah.
it. But when it peaks, it peaks. Like when it's good,
Yeah,
it's almost unstoppably good. It's almost uncontestably
it's
good.
like peak storytelling when it's really good.
Yeah. But I think comics could be that. I think I think we have that in us. I think
We used to be that way.
well, we've lost touch with our stories. We've lost
Yeah.
touch with our myths. And we've lost touch with Christianity, which is our founding myth. If I have to like use an academic term.
Yeah.
It's like Superman was his best when he was a Christ allegory.
I get crucified on Twitter for saying that at least like once a month. Like not to make a pun there. It's just like if you point out that Superman is a Christ figure, you get morons and bots being like, "Well, it was made by Jewish guys." Well, guess what? The Bible was made. Was made from.
Hey, there. You know what's in the
bunch of
Bible?
Jewish guys.
A lot of Jews.
Yeah, a lot of Jews in the Bible.
Oh,
You gotta do
I-
the Trump voice. A lot of Jews in the Bible.
Let's use the Bible.
I
Maybe too
made
many
a.
Jews.
I've been messing with AI a little bit. Call me a heretic.
Oh, we
I
have
did-
them as well.
Jared, distract him for a second. I'm gonna see if I can find that damn clip because I made a clip about Nux Taku, on YouTube,
Okay.
and
I
he's
don't know
a
what that
very
is, but okay.
he's a
I've
VTuber. I'll explain. I'll be right
You
back.
lost me at VTuber.
He's very based, a little too based.
Is
Oh,
that
man.
possible?
No, there's like something you were saying earlier. About that the like inability for like church folk to like deal with things that aren't like a Kirk Cameron movie or anything that's real, anything that's like, if it's not Bill and Glory Gaither, or a Kirk Cameron film, or whatever it is that they sell at Bible bookstores, like it's because like I think a lot of it is because a lot of American Christians have forgotten like we're at war.
Mhm.
Like this is war. Like the birthmark of a Christian is a bullseye, and you're at war. And it's hard to get your mind around because it's abstract, because it's not. There's no enemy in a red cape you got to fight,
Mhm.
But it's a war. It's spiritual warfare, and they feminize Jesus and they nerf Satan, and it's like, well, what? And as a result, it's like they can't handle anything that's not pastel, like a pastel Sunday school flannel graph set. And
It's like what story we don't tell at Sunday school for the kids? When Lot's daughters decided to get him drunk and seduce him. We don't talk about that in Sunday school, which is appropriate, but you can't ignore the darker parts of the Bible. It's
dude, that Yael staked a dude's head to the ground while he slept. Like that is gnarly, dude. Like
There's
drove a
two-
stake through a man's head.
There's two stories that what you just said, Jared, that really hit me. And like I say stories, two realizations I had. One of them was that people like Christians that don't understand if you're a Christian, you're making art, enjoy art not made by Christians that's even darker than what you make.
Oh yeah.
well, it's like how many Christians love Berserk,
Yeah, it's a fantastic story.
and a weird thing a weird opinion about Berserk that I have. I don't think it's nihilistic. I think it's really dark, but I don't think it's nihilistic. The story doesn't convey a true hopelessness that you would think it would.
No,
based
We'll
on
the
never-
what
whole
happened.
we'll
point is
never
that
know.
Guts is fighting against
Yeah.
the hopelessness.
Yeah.
He's
He's
fighting fate, literally.
Yeah, he's Sisyphus in some ways,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and
Like-
the other one is I realized that somehow Christians today have beliefs that are completely contrary to every Christian before World War II
Yeah.
in a lot of ways, and that blew my mind when I sat down and really thought that through. And it requires a complete reassessment of our theology.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, too many
Yeah, man,
people
it's-
take like personal preference and placing it as God, like as a godly command, essentially, which is actually taking God's name in vain. Is to take something that you believe, which isn't biblical, and say that this
Speak
is
for
God's
God.
will.
Well, it's authority. It's just like either you believe that you stand in authority over the scripture, or you believe you stand under the authority of scripture. And if you think you're above it and you think you can make up your own interpretation of what scripture says, it's like, well, I don't really think it meant that way. I don't really think the apostle Paul said he wished those men would castrate themselves. No, he actually did. You are not above the authority of scripture.
If I heard a modern pastor say, "I wish they cut their cocks off,"
Yep.
well,
Paul was
I don't know,
hardcore, dude.
he
Well,
didn't play.
And like to tie it together, I'm not trying to go on a philosophical theological rant here.
Dude, we do it all the time. It's fine.
Well,
We do, yes.
We're
again,
idiots. We're
Yeah, that's my description too.
we are idiots. To be fair, so
It's like the idea, like I was talking about, like the postmodern world views everything in terms of power. Well, that's kind of right, because power holds things together, but there's a morality. Christianity says there's a morality to that power.
yeah.
There's a response, like it's power for the sake of power is bad, but like the belief in God and the framework of Christianity gives reason and
Yes.
purpose to that power, not
Well,
just
the God of the Old Testament and the New Testament are the same God. First of all,
yes.
the God of the Old Testament deals in power, and he meets all of these pagan gods where they are. Like, that's the story of David. I saw some moron. He's one of those guys with like a Roman statue, or whatever, on
No,
Twitter.
like one of the stoics on.
Worse. It's like a neo-pagan. It was like he was trying to
that's
say
that's my ex-wife. By
he
the
was trying
way,
to say that David and Goliath was a Nietzschean slave morality tale, and it's like of how the non-warrior caste defeated it and replaced in reality. I was like, hold on, bro. I don't like being mean
They
on Twitter.
never
but it's
read
like,
the Bible. If
no,
that's
it's like
what they think.
David was a vicious warrior. And the whole
Dude.
thing is that the God of Israel took a shepherd and said he's going to be so vicious and bloodthirsty that his son will have decades of peace, which is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. And he's not, and it's like, I'm going to turn him loose. I'm going to clean up this mess. And it's going to be so bad. He's not allowed to build the temple because there's too much blood on his hands.
Also,
It's like-
he killed a wolf and a
lion and a bear.
And a bear.
with,
With his-
essentially his bare hands.
With his hands. With his
Yeah.
hands. Like,
He
that's a
beheaded,
bad dude.
cut off Goliath's head. Like
Yeah.
we
And
talked.
he
We
told him
this
to. Call
Yeah.
the shot. Like,
Also, that the
"Hey,
show
I will cut off
House
your
of
head and
David,
eat it."
not perfect. I really like that show.
Well, we're doing a book called Man of Blood. That's just going to be the story of David.
Oh, dude,
And
that's hardcore,
it's-
dude.
It's really gonna harp on, especially that era of like, imagine you're like a Philistine or a Canaanite of some kind, and down the hill comes like this guy wielding the sword of Goliath, and he's got the Ark of the Covenant behind him. It's just this impressive, horrific thing that's coming to
yeah.
destroy you.
Bill,
Yeah, you're just
Bill,
sitting there,
you're
oh
be the Jew
shit.
King David knows you can be. Speaking of Jews,
Hebrew lightning!
it,
Do you guys know Black Angus? That's on Twitter.
I don't. Maybe. I'm not
Okay.
positive.
Me and him are pretty tight. He's a nice guy. He's a troll. He's a nice guy, but he gives me hell because I'm like 1/28th Jewish on my mother's side. It's like my great aunt or something had an affair with a Jewish guy, and somehow that dilutes all of my Irish Welsh blood. So it'd be like, I think he calls me like Dan Sheckelstein or something.
It's like add a little African in there. You'll have a monopoly on like slave reparations.
I'll be a black Israelite. Why not?
Actually, Andy's wife is a little bit African. She's a lot of things, but she's a little bit
A
African.
little bit African.
But she's whiter than me. She's the whitest.
She's got a
person.
touch of the African.
She is a little bit of African. So, what was that? Like maybe maybe 6 or 7 months ago. I was like, hey, can I have do you have a couple N-word passes? Can you pass one?
Give me can I have the card? Can I have the card?
Oh, it's great, dude. Also, Bill, he was reading the comic for us earlier and thought he'd add a couple of things about V for Vendetta. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, the leader is really weird in the book.
The supercomputer and V has to not assault it, has to seduce it, and it's probably better that wasn't in the movie.
There's a lot that more adds to his stuff that just doesn't. It's the magic with a K that he has to put in there.
Yeah, it's like talking to AC. It's like AC cares about adaptations being true to their source material. Whenever Alan Moore has something changed for the movie, I'm always like,
"Yep,
it's probably better."
Probably for the best.
Probably good.
He's got to put his serpent god in there somewhere.
But no, also earlier talking about how like you have some problems with anime. I do too, in general. But I've been on a weird like romance anime kick recently, and God forbid, I've found some really good wholesome ones recently that are not perverted or weird or sexual in any way. And I'm like, what was that? Yeah.
It's not just all fan service.
He's like, no, it's fan service.
So I have a question, Dan. So how this is more, I guess it's going back to like church culture stuff. How much grief do you get from church folk when it comes when they see the title of your universe, GODFOE?
I always get questions.
Okay,
I get a lot of questions, and they're always the nicest, well-meaning. Thankfully, we go to a church that's pretty open artistically, but even that, like, it's usually, like I said, like people making soap or writing music, and like, hey, that's fine. I can't make soap. I watched Fight Club, but I didn't figure it out.
It's like there's two sides to the modern like Christian culture on the internet. There's the Bible girl, like talking about Bible verses and drinking tea and how to be a trad wife, and then there's like guys like us.
Hey man, I married that girl, so it's not all bad.
I wish I married that girl.
Those girls are looking for guys like us. That's the thing.
Well, I don't know. Like she, if I start going off on a tangent, she's like, "Yeah, that's great, babe. I'm going to bed."
She's like, "I love you."
Well,
but
they definitely have their limits.
Oh yeah. Well, I have a limit of myself as well. But no, like, I explain it. It's like, look, it's in this universe, a false god has set itself up. Anyone who opposes it is labeled GODFOE, and that's still a little too much for most people. And like, I wish I could say I get it, but I kind of don't. Like I said, like people will read like Hunger Games or they'll watch Game of Thrones, and it's like, you can't give me the slightest bit of grace.
Yeah.
Well, I don't agree, but I get it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, because the association is like, look at Christian movies.
Ugh.
Only recently has Christian like media in general started to go back to something a little more
cool.
Like I'll argue this. Like I watched K-pop Demon Hunters with my kids.
Dude,
I watched K-pop Demon Hunters with my kids. Besides being really good, there's biblical messaging in the entire thing. It's like this is a more effective Christian movie than a lot of modern Christian movies.
So yeah, but we got to correct that statement. It's not going back to anything cool. It was never cool. It was never ever cool. I've seen the entire evolution of it.
Are we talking like modern Christian art?
1980.
Yeah.
I'm born in 78. All right. So I've seen every iteration of it for the last 40 years, and I'm telling you, it has never been cool. Ever.
What about Striper?
Oh God.
Striper, I love Striper. He's a metalhead, but he's not like I like power metal. Always
Now,
have.
I like real metal that's heavy, not dudes in spandex.
That's
and,
all of my friends, all of my
Hold
co-hosts
on.
have been in metal bands,
Judas
and
Priest.
all of them are like,
Come
"Hey, I like metal too. Listen to my music." And I'm
Yeah.
like,
no,
I'm
no.
waiting for like the twin
Because
guitars and the soaring
What we
vocals.
call
and then
what guys like us call that metal is cock rock. And that's all it is.
they send in their stuff and they're
butt
like,
rock. Or
Yeah.
butt rock.
"No,
Butt rock. I put out a record last year that was kind of like blues punk. It's like big fat distorted like Motorhead bass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I never do. I can't do straight metal. I can't do like. I could never do the screams.
I like the screams and the growly as a supplement. I don't want the whole song to be that. I want that thrown in there as like a little sprinkle,
See, I like Bruce Springsteen too much to scream. Like I love CCR too much and stuff like that. Like if I had my choice, I probably would have. I don't know. I would have made something like CCR. I love that kind of stuff.
Every now and again, I'll be with like my family, and my mom will listen to like some of the music metal that I like.
Yeah,
and she's like, "That's just sound. It's not even music." I'm like, "This is like there are people who I actually think that about as far as their musical taste. I think that." So there are levels to it.
Oh, there are definitely levels. Yeah, you should say, Mom, I'm going to play you this band, and then you tell me my band is noise, and then you play one of three bands. You either play Napalm Death, Cannibal Corpse, or Nile. Yeah, I guarantee you, she'll say, "Oh, your music is Mozart."
Yes, yes.
I threw that record in the private chat. I'm gonna check it out later, but I've always loved metal. I've always like I love Judas Priest. Like Painkiller is one of my favorite albums of all time. I don't know if we've ever topped that as far as metal goes, but I've always preferred like I love the Who. Like I love the Who, and I love Rush. Rush is probably one of my favorite bands of all time.
I like a large,
and
shockingly large variety.
Yeah, but like I don't know, man. I was listening to Guns N' Roses again the other day, and I'm like, I don't know if we've had like a hard rock band that had blues influence since Guns N' Roses, like
not one that's gotten that popular
or that dangerous. Like they actually felt like they grew up on the blues a little bit. I don't know, like Black Crowes didn't rock that hard.
I always look like Bon Jovi, who always seemed like a country artist pretending to be a rock
Bon
artist.
Jovi didn't. Bon Jovi wasn't like they didn't have an edge to them.
Well, because
I still like Bon Jovi though.
But the reason we haven't though is because right out of the end, coming right out of the end of that era, hairspray era, you had grunge.
Yep.
Grunge killed it.
Hate grunge.
Like you
I love Soundgarden. Like
Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, definitely. Like but that killed the hair thing, and there was just not, you did not have this major blues influence in that movement. And then when rock kind of got its feet back under itself in the late 90s when Creed dropped, then you had Creed and you had Nickelback and you had a few in that era, but then you had this brief window from like 98 to 2002 is a little 4-year window, and then everything got ultra corporatized, and from like starting in 2002.
Grunge was a corporate movement, though.
I think post grunge was
corporate.
Post grunge is like post one or two bands.
I think what's really weird was like the emo movement or like third wave emo, whatever, like 2001.
Oh, so when I got into emo?
Yeah, like bands like Brand New. Like Brand New was a really good band. That was kind of organic. I mean, but it was immediately corporatized because of MySpace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
It's really weird, but that might be the last big cultural music. I mean, we had metal bands after that too that were great.
Yeah. MySpace ruined the metal scene ultimately.
I think so too, yeah.
like the underground, like really heavy metal, like the scene I was in, like that, MySpace, and then social media as a whole just killed it.
I think so, man. And like, I mean, you're a musician. Like, it seems like now you only need one producer to make everything, and it's better for the label to have one artist than to have a band.
Yeah,
it's cheaper.
Yeah, but they're like, oh, what is it? Is it Atomic? There's one more record label that does metal and supports metal bands.
Oh, there's a bunch. There's a bunch out there. There's Nuclear Blast.
That's what I'm thinking of. Nuclear Blast. So that they do a pretty killer job. It's like like I like a large.
All their best bands are European.
They are.
They've always kind of been at least metal.
For real.
There's exceptions, but overall that's correct. Like one of my top 5 bands right now is Beast in Black, and they're like Finnish, Greek, and all. Like, dude, I love Beast in Black.
That's a great title, Beast in Black.
Half of their songs are about Berserk, the manga.
I'll bet.
But it's
awesome.
weird because they do some things that I don't typically like in metal. I used to hate overproduced metal.
Yeah.
I used to be like, oh, like it should just sound like it was recorded in a trash can across the street. But no, like it's like if you took power metal, gave it modern mixing, and mixed it with European dance EDM, and that's kind of what Beast in Black is. It's like the most schizophrenic synthesizer you've ever heard.
Well, there's no there's no room for masculinity in popular music.
No.
And metal is all about balls. Like, it's all about like just.
Yeah, it's supposed to be, but what the freaking social media, what happened with social media is you had all of these little boys who figured out they could tune their guitar down to B and A flat and G, and who didn't, and then just thought like, well, if I just chug and play mosh, then I can be heavy. But they brought all of that like sissified ideology into the scene, and like you had all of these little soy boys running around playing breakdowns, and it's like and then talking about like social justice crap between songs.
That got into metal a while back.
Happening?
Yeah,
I was there. I saw it. It was awful. It was terrible. It's like, what is happening? What are you talking
it's funny.
about?
I've seen pictures of you and AC when you guys were performing. AC looks like a guy about to turn into a werewolf at all times. That's how he looks, like tatted up guy about to turn into a werewolf. And you look like you want to hurt somebody. You look like you want to punch some guy.
There's entire stories of guys getting destroyed at the Chariot shows.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like stuff like that, and that era was that era, especially for Christian metal, was really cool.
Yeah.
And
we toured with the Chariot. They have one of the best live shows.
Wait, who?
The Chariot.
The Chariot.
I gotta look that. I've been trying to find more Christian metal recently, so I gotta.
Well, like Jarrod, like your generation, you guys were there. Like, it's weird. Christian metal artists sparked that genre.
The entire genre. That is a fact. Yep.
And people forget that.
Yep.
You know how hard it is to find Christian power metal? All Christian metal bands are like the thrashiest thrash you've ever
it's because
heard.
we're actually heavy.
Yeah, I know. Too heavy.
Know how to play heavy music.
It's like, be heavy, but also be melodic. Can we have both, please?
Yeah.
I would like to introduce you to a band called Corpus Christi. No, in 1998, and I say this all the time. In 1998, the Zayo album, where
Zayo.
Blood and Fire Bring Rest, changed everything. The entire scene shifted to that on that record.
And see, Under Oath usually gets credited for that.
They were in 98, like in 98. So Under Oath was still almost like a hardcore band in 98. And then I saw them in Cornerstone in 2000. In 2000, and they were wearing corpse paint and black armor, playing black metal, and Dallas, like the first thing Dallas walks on stage, they hit the the
Yeah.
first downbeat, he smashes himself in the face with the mic, he's bleeding all over the place, and it's like and it's just like this black metal show, like legit like Scandinavian black metal show from this band from Florida. Then fast forward
The
2000
band being from Florida kills me. I don't.
Oh, yeah. But then you fast forward to 2002, and the changing of times drops on Solid State, and they have an entirely different sound, an entirely different look, a couple of different new members, and they did blow it up, but they were still 4 years behind Zayo. Like Zayo's the one who really kicked that whole thing off, and even they came in, they came in not really, but a little bit on the coattails of Living Sacrifice.
That's a name I hadn't heard in a while.
Yeah, because Living Sacrifice they put Reborn out in '97, and then I think it was Reborn in '97, and then Bruce Fitzhugh, their frontman, produced Where Blood and Fire Brings Rest, and that record, I have it somewhere still on cassette.
On cassette.
Yes. Good luck finding a cassette player
Brother.
for it. But like that record changed everything. Like within 4 years, the entire scene was completely different.
Yeah. But it's just interesting that there used to be a scene.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's almost unheard of now. Like what is it?
Yep.
SoundCloud rappers, maybe? Like
Ugh.
Well, like it's kind of weird. It's the same problem with a lot of modern media. It's
Mhm.
that anybody can do it now.
democratization.
It's like anyone could do it now, and also anyone can do it now. It's a problem and an opportunity. But it's
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like I like AI music. It's gotten surprisingly good, irritatingly good. Brother, it's not perfect, but like I remember, like it wasn't that long ago that the vocals sounded like a computer singing to you, and now it
Yeah.
sounds like a person, and it didn't before. And
No,
so
where
it's like, yeah,
where I hear it with AI music is in the transitions,
Yeah.
because they still AI has yet, and like I hate to talk about it too much, but I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to like say specific details about it, because there are definitely things, if you're a musician, you hear, but like
Mhm.
transitions between song parts, like now the musicians, a group of musicians or a musician would not do it that way.
Yep.
Someone who plays an instrument would not do it that way, and so
Like, all my friends get pissed when I can pick out auto tune in songs. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, it's like no, you no vocal sounds like that. Like nothing sounds that rounded. There's something about it that's just like, and you can hear when the frequency hits it, like when the pitch hits that
yeah,
and stops, and you're like, that is not how an overtone sounds.
Yep.
And the same thing
Yeah.
with like drums. You can tell when something is super like, I understand a little bit. You can tell when something is quantized to hell.
yeah,
And it's just something about it. It's like, no, like I know how
robotic.
that sounds. Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, I watch like a lot of music reactors, and those who
I'm
aren't
sorry.
like trained or don't know, they'll be like, "How did he make his voice sound like that?" And I'm like, they doubled him up. There's multiple takes going on.
May I introduce you to the Beatles?
yeah.
It's like this is multiple takes. Is what no one's voice has two different tones at the same time.
Well, that is an interesting thing. I mean, we go on a whole tangent on this, but like harmonics and overtones are all but gone. Like they're all fake now in AI music and auto tune. Like if you listen, I know I just made the joke about him, but if you listen to David covered it from Whitesnake, the reason his voice sounds massive, other than double tracking, is because he had some of the best stacked harmonics in his voice.
Yeah.
And you can't make that. You can't mimic that. And I don't. There's something weird about how tones overlay. If you study the physics of it, I don't know. You can't. A computer can't make that.
Yeah,
No,
And
because
there-
they're like
there's also
learning.
the-
The
Sorry, go ahead.
machine is learning on the like that like mastered compression,
Mm-hmm.
and that that has unfortunately because of the corporatization of sound and things pushing to the homogenized, tonally homogenized, like those things, those little nuances in there in terms of like vocal overtones and frequencies of all it's just squashed out of it, and so that's why everything sounds like the same, because it's just over compressed and it's made to listen to the broadest spectrum of speakers possible and sound good on all of them. And just garbage, man.
I've noticed that even when mixing things, it's like when you mix raw recording, you know, those harmonics and those overtones are there, and sometimes you can even have a singer singing to things like that. And when you start taking things out, and when you start quantizing, and when you start like auto tuning things, now it sounds off. And it's like, well, I made it perfect. Why does it sound off? It's like because
it's
there were
not
all
natural.
there were all these frequencies there that now there aren't.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's really sad. Like I the reason I harp on music other than being a musician and yourself is that every fad happens in music first.
Yep.
The synthesizer, auto tune. That's what was. I had to laugh. I don't mean to, but like when like AI art, it's like, dude, we've been under the boot of this thing for like 20, 30 years. Like it wasn't called AI, but it was one nerd
now
a computer.
Well, now it's so accessible when it wasn't before. It's like me. I've written songs throughout the years, but I'm not a musician, so I never did anything with them. Now I've used AI to like test out what it could sound like.
Yeah, good luck selling it.
There's
no money in music.
I'm not selling it. That was something I decided to, at some point. It's like, because the AI thing, it's always interesting to talk about, because it's like how people view it. Like there are some people I really respect, but then they have these AI opinions, and I'm like, man.
I think AI can be a cool tool in a certain way. You just got to find a way to make it cool without it sucking. And I know that's like a stupid like punk kid answer, but that's how you make cool stuff.
That's
like,
reality.
Just make it cool, dude.
Yeah, make it like 20% cooler.
I had some kid a while back tell me
make
cool
it Danzig.
isn't cool anymore. The word cool. I'm like, whatever, bro. But
I don't know.
Did he
Jarrod,
follow it up with
I was trying to look up your band on iTunes of all places.
Oh, like that's just a name I put music out on. It's on Spotify. Well, I had a band called Blue Bolt, and we are making music for the GODFOE universe. We're gonna make like 3 or 4 EPs. It'll be like kind of prog rock. The first one's written, but we just hadn't get around to recording it yet. But I don't know, we're making all kinds of stuff with this stuff. Like I'm like here to talk, and I guess I have to shield because I have an artist that works with me. But we split everything 50-50. Like we make this stuff, and money's nice, of course, but we're gonna make this stuff whether we get money or not. Like I just want it to
it's something it's a passion project. It's what you want to do.
And we're gonna do it the rest of our lives. Like we've got stories here for like 40-50 years. And what else is there? I mean, I've got children. I love them, and I love my wife. I don't want to work a corporate job my whole life. I just want to, and if I had to make art, I would. But what else is there?
If I can make a living being shirtless on the internet, I would.
What else is there, man? Like you can't you can sell out. You can make OnlyFans, or you can make like boob comics or shit music, or you can fight the good fight and make something cool.
Yeah.
I think it's that. I really think it's that simple.
Yep.
Yeah. No.
And it's like
God is a storyteller, and I think a lot of us have felt the need to tell our own story, or at least attempt it. And that, like, in some form or another, all of us here are storytellers in some form or another.
Well, we're all fathers, right?
Yeah.
You want to at least partially contribute to making the world less bad for your kids.
Yep.
I think that's a responsibility.
I heard somebody say that the other day that the reason one reason why a good story matters is because it is the framework that holds up every other artistic medium.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's if it's like regardless of what it is, if it's a film or it's a comic or it is a painting or a sculpture, there's a story there, and without the story, it's hollow. Like whatever it is hollow. And like, that is really good. I'm going to steal that, and I'm not going to bother looking up who said it.
That's one of my biggest pushbacks against a materialist worldview. Is time only exists for narrative to exist.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. There's no explanation for anything if there's no narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what you just said. Like story is the foundation.
Yeah.
And what you said, Kahuna, God's a storyteller. I think all of that goes together. And I can't buy into it. I can't buy into an atheistic or materialist worldview of nothing. Then why does A go to B, go to C?
Yeah, it all falls apart real quick.
Yeah.
There was a friend of mine in high school. So like 9th grade, I go to public school for the first time. Bonnie Lake, what a shithole. Anyway, so I'm going there. No, I had like 2 really cool teachers, and then there were the others. Anyway, we were in one of those classes, science class. This poor girl. We made flamethrowers. I started a fight club in the back of class that went on for 4 weeks. It was a whole thing.
What anime is this?
My entire life when I was young. No, but she explained the Big Bang because this is modern science class, and that's what we were going into. And I had a friend of mine who wasn't religious in any way, but so she goes through her whole explanation. But he's sitting there. He's like, so you're telling me there was nothing, but then there was something, and those things started moving around for some reason, and then they exploded, and that created everything. What a load of horseshit. He yells it. He's like, I'll go to church before I believe that. And I was sitting there, I'm like, I've never heard anyone. There's a lot of Christians who couldn't
articulate that well.
You could not refute it in as effective manner as that. He's like pointing out how retarded that sounds. When you really lay it out that way, it sounds so implausible.
Man, a lot of scientism like that, and a lot of philosophy, especially progressivism. Yeah, it's all cope against Christianity, and like that's what I kind of realized reading like the German philosophers. Like this is all cope because of the church.
Also, most of the better scientists and philosophers were Christians. Most of them.
And a lot of it, you know what sucks is like a lot of it comes down to that cope. That cope was started because of the church said, "Hey, don't put your penis in that."
That's part of why my brother changed religions. My brother literally, when he left our family, he started going religion shopping.
Okay.
He told my father in an argument. He told my father in an argument. He's like, "Yeah, no, I just like I don't really, I don't want to stop living the way that I'm living, and so I'm gonna find a version of Christianity that aligns with my worldview." I'm like,
well, at least he said the quiet part out loud.
Yeah, Christianity is
but he just flat said it. It's what most people actually do. But
it is, yeah.
Holy
Christianity
crap.
is waking up every day and being like, "Man, the way I'm living sucks."
Yeah, exactly. It's like I should be way farther along in this than I am right now.
That's the thing that you like read some of the greats or like just any monk from like the 13th century, and you're like, how? The way, like, how is someone this good or this brilliant? And it's like he's like swept floors every day. That's why, like, that's the key is that you shut up and you humble yourself and you do something difficult. Like, oh, okay, that's how you do it. Well, that sucks.
I thought I was going to be tested by the Lord the other day. I went to a job in Shelton, which is like it's like on the peninsula a little bit of Washington. It's really salty, really windy, and really rainy, and it was just billowing rain. We had oceans of water on the job site, mud 9 inches deep, like all over the place. and I didn't have anything but like a t-shirt. I had
No
switched,
pants.
never
I mean,
pants, but
it's Kahuna.
just grass skirt, yes. But I was out there and I'm like, I'm gonna be working in this for like another 4 hours after doing it under a drip line for the first half of the day. I was talking to my dad on the phone. He's like, you need to grab a coat. What do you need to do? I'm like, I can't grab a coat. I'm too far from anything. I'm gonna be fine. I was so upset. And then my coworker, my underling, was like, I have another coat. I'm like, I may be in love with you. Just bring it over.
You went to the reservations. Like, you guys got to stop the dances.
you guys
We get it.
You drew too many rain turtles.
You
Drew too
win.
many rain turtles.
You win,
like,
okay?
Could you like do your own like tide dance to like balance it out? Like,
No, it's like they're like looking historically. A lot of the tribes in the Washington, like this area of the country, they were considered more peaceful than a lot of the other.
that's
tribes.
why they're still alive.
It's true, but my theory is that they weren't more peaceful. They just had a treaty amongst themselves that they would not fight if it was raining. We haven't fought in 4 years. Perfect.
That's the joke from Seinfeld where Newman doesn't deliver mail when it's raining.
Mail's always late. I haven't gotten a bill in 5 years.
My most right wing opinion is like that the Native American or Indian, like it was wars. I don't buy like the mass genocide thing. It's like, no, this was a series of wars over like 400 years. This was
horrible
not like
things happened
purposeful.
to some Native Americans, but to say that they were a peace-loving,
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous.
altruistic society is such a blatant lie.
I would like to introduce you to my ancestors, the Comanche.
Which doesn't their name mean like the people who won't leave us alone or something like that? Like because all the tribes were named
guys are out
after
there,
their enemies.
Bring back peaceful scalping.
Because the Apache meant like wolf people that won't stop attacking us. Like it was...
Or it's like there's this great old news clip. It's Polynesian, so not Hawaiian, but it's like the Maori
Same
people, the Polynesians from New Zealand, and this woman's talking about it's like, well, they had a society, an advanced society, and we kind of came in and we ruined it. We made them give it up, and then the guy's like, they were cannibals, like they ate each other, like less than 100 years ago they were eating each other.
It's like, yeah, what do you think society is? Yeah, like that's like the Australians where they're like, oh, they're native. Like, no, they're not native, man. Like they came over and ate people.
Fellas, I got a dip though. I got a heart out.
Yeah, it's probably a good time. We
need to roll out the bed too. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me on, guys.
Dude, it's great to see you. Great to meet you, man.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I'll drop some of your links down in the chat too.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. Every little bit helps. Like we're gonna make it anyway, but this helps offset the price.
Yeah. Plus, I want to do the catch up stuff, so I'll get to read all that too. That'll be fun.
Thanks,
see you
man.
guys.
Have a good night, guys.
Peace out, Jarrod.
Kahuna, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thanks for reaching out, man. I think you reached out to us actually.
Yeah, I appreciate you responding. A lot of people won't.
That's fucking rude.
My Snyderverse takes are too hot.
That is a pretty contentious. It's a weird dividing line. Like people who are normally friends on everything will be on the wrong side of that war.
Now, what sets people off with my Twitter is I'll just say something like I don't sell titty books. That pisses people off, and I defend Snyderverse.
Those two, I think it might be those two opinions from the same person.
Probably. But I've enjoyed it, man. This was a fun show. I appreciate it.
It was a blast, man. Thank you for accommodating my shirtless self, and it was a blast. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, it is I, the ultimate Kahuna.
Thank you for joining us aboard the Iron Seas. I'll see you next Tuesday at 6:30 PST, the Lord's time. See you next time.